And God, the E60 they did on him, and like his response, because the guy asked him,
there we go.
When they asked him, it was like, they asked Marshawn, he was like, what would you say to the people who think you're a thug? And you can tell like that hit him, and he was like, well, you try being 20 years old and coming from a house where you had to wear the same clothes 5 days a week, and then all of a sudden you're a millionaire. And then he's like, I'd like to see what mistakes people made.
Seriously.
Right. Like, that was his answer. Right. I was like, that's
a really fair answer.
It's a great
Somebody's
answer.
backing up in a forklift right now.
Pretty soon there's just a fucking forklifts coming through the fucking window.
We back on?
Then we'd be on Family Guy.
We are back! And better than ever, we're back!
And Dan is fired.
At least I'm not getting paid to sing, boys. I'm not really getting paid for anything, let's be honest here.
Nobody's getting paid.
We might.
We're not.
Catch your shit chickens after they hatch.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're taking steps to be a better program. Taking steps to entertain the viewers.
Baby steps.
I think we're taking steps backwards.
Fuck you.
I think we take 10 steps forward and then 19 back.
Well,
are you thinking it's like Paul Abdul with opposites attract? You're taking 2 steps forward, then 1 step back?
No, I definitely wasn't thinking about
not like
Paul
that.
Abdul.
Okay.
I had quick questions.
Because we come together because opposites attract. I just want to let you know.
Favorite?
No.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite coming out of the AFC and why?
AFC.
Okay, whatever. We're just talking.
I mean, you know who the favorite is, and I don't want to say
I'm not asking
who
the
they are.
Favorite.
And I don't.
I'm asking who do you think is coming out?
What the fuck is going on here? We got dog fights.
I'll take Dan
underneath the camera.
Who do you think's coming out of the AFC?
I really
We
like.
know who's coming out.
Kansas City.
Yeah, but that's not who's coming out.
So you're sold on the Patriots take?
No, or the Broncos or the Steelers is one of those three. But most likely, the goddamn Patriots, because I hate them and I don't want them to go. So that's why I hate them.
Gronk's not playing this week.
Get out of here.
The Gronkenstein is not playing.
Yeah, but it's Belichick. And okay, look, I think you know me. You know I think playing great defense and running the football is how you win.
Yes.
However, when you literally can't throw the ball downfield at all, and you got Bill Belichick game planning against you, and he can make you completely one-dimensional.
You're talking about going up against the Chiefs?
Yes, I'm saying the Chiefs against Bill Belichick. Andy Reid's a great coach. He's a great coach. He was a passing guy, and now he's just running the ball and playing great defense. But Belichick can come out and load the box up and just force those guys to throw it. And Alex Smith does not. We know that he does not really throw the ball down the field.
No, he doesn't have a strong arm.
And I'm not even going to get into his attributes. I'm just saying he doesn't. He doesn't do it. He does not take big shots downfield, which Belichick knows.
Yeah. One quick question about Alex Smith is: did you watch the game last week? Kansas City playoff game.
Mm-hmm. Some of it. When I saw what a whooping it was,
right.
Houston didn't belong in the playoffs.
Well,
to me.
I don't know why people in Houston were
quarterback.
sending death threats to Brian Hoyer like that guy was going to take you to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, what did you expect going into that game?
That's like the Bears fans being mad at Rex Grossman. Like, you guys should have just thrown a big we win party when you made it to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman and not even watch the game. Oh,
that's how crazy that D was. That you had.
But did you see some of the runs? Did you see some of the Alex Smith busted off like a 50-yard run? He's
good.
Really fast.
He's a good player, man.
He's a really good straight line runner.
He's always been a good football player. I'm not even saying it's him that's the reason they can't. If they could throw the ball more if they had some other guys.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Alex Smith can't throw the ball. I'm saying he doesn't throw the ball down the field ever because of the team he's got. Who are you? I'm not even going to go into that far. I'm just saying, I think the Chiefs, unfortunately, I would love to see. Nothing would make me happier than the Chiefs beating the Patriots.
They got the I think they got the defense.
They have the defense.
Do you think it's going to be close?
I would think it's going to be a close game. I do. But I just feel like when you talk about Belichick knowing he can force a team to be one-dimensional, usually when that happens, they don't lose.
Yeah, no, you're right.
All right.
Definitely, you're not wrong.
So. Not wrong, man. You're just an asshole.
I don't think the Steelers... With D'Angelo Williams isn't playing for the foot. He's out. Antonio Brown's out.
And they're playing the Broncos. And they're going to play the Broncos with Peyton Manning.
Yeah, but one good hit by fucking Von Miller may knock Roethlisberger out. And you all saw what Landry Jones looked like after Roethlisberger was out.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Landry Jones isn't winning a playoff game.
I would think if I was going to bet on the game, I would take the Broncos. But I just don't know. It's one of those games. What if Peyton comes out and he's not ready? He's broken. He's old and he's terrible.
Oh, no,
there's wobbly ducks and he's done.
Yeah, and he throws 2 early picks and they just go up 14-0 right away.
Well, we all know what it's like when Peyton Manning comes out and just gets shell shocked.
Yeah, it's happened once or twice. We've seen it. I believe we know it pretty well.
And he usually plays his worst games on some of the biggest stages.
Yeah, which is weird.
Like when the stage gets the bigger the stage, like. That's what we were talking about last week when I said like he's been a great regular season quarterback, but in the postseason, the bigger the stage got, the worse he got, and that's why kind of discount Rex Grossman. That's who he beat to win a Super Bowl.
Right.
Like
I don't discount it though. I don't discount it.
No,
that's
he won
the
a
team
Super
that
Bowl.
made it, man. That's the team that made it. And they were really good until they saw Peyton Manning.
Their
and then
team
it was
was
like,
ridiculous.
you got to now take Rex Grossman up against a team that's going to score a lot of points.
Yeah.
That's what really. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't take that away from Peyton Manning's been so good. You can't be like, think about Peyton Manning's career. Is he a guy that doesn't deserve to win a Super Bowl? He deserves to have one.
No, but I mean, if you're talking about like historically good quarterbacks, you would put him on that probably second tier with like a Dan Marino. No? Well, no, he won a Super Bowl, so
I'd
I
say
guess
so.
you can't,
Just numbers wise, no, fuck rings, because that's the worst thing. If you're gonna say just rings, then you're saying Brad Johnson's a better quarterback than Dan Marino. You're saying that fucking Trent Dilfer is a better quarterback than Dan Marino.
Well, I can say that.
He has a ring.
I can say Trent Dilfer and Brad Johnson had better defenses than Dan Marino.
Well, yeah, that's who cares.
Well, those teams.
We're talking about just quarterback versus quarterback.
Those defense, dude. You can go back and look, but I think the Buccaneers' defense may have outscored the offense in the Super Bowl.
I think you're actually correct.
I think they had 2 pick sixes.
I think you're correct.
I think they had a fumble recovery. That game.
Was that what Rondé?
There's a chance
Barber?
that's true.
No, I think you're actually correct on
Rodney
that one.
dude, they picked off Rich Gannon, I think 5 times.
Well, I mean, you had the coach, their old coach from the year before, John Gruden, who really put Rich Gannon together.
Pretty special, man. Pretty special.
Go get me a Corona. You're raiding the
Dude,
fucking
Frank
pine.
Caliendo does the
It's spot
so
on.
good.
It's
John Gruden.
It's crazy how good he is at doing skinnier guys than him. Even you're like, why is John Gruden so fat? But his voice is exactly the same. His mannerisms are dead on.
Mannerisms are perfect.
The facial expressions are ridiculously spot on.
Frank Caliendo, you have an open invite to come on to the Buzz Stage Show. Whenever you feel like it, you know.
Come on in.
Give us a jingle.
Sure you'd like
5 years from now, Rich.
I see you're here.
5 years from now, Frank Caliendo is going to be doing impersonations of us on this show.
Please, someone say right now, right over here.
Mark
someone tell him that 5 years from now we'll be jacking off in gym socks, and nobody's going to be doing impersonations.
Why wait 5 years, boys? We can start jacking off in gym socks right now. Shit, we got the internet.
This isn't chat roulette. No,
please, no gym socks.
3 dudes. If we change our title to 3 dudes jacking in socks. State. Hey, Stego.
Yeah.
You can give me a couple ice cubes there, please, bud. I don't care if they're soaked in your hand salt from a long walk from the kitchen.
Okay, so as far as Hawks goes, we got a lot of shit to get into the Hawks. Let's. I had some notes for as far as like the rest of the NFL, but how do you feel about the Rex brothers, DP in Buffalo?
I don't know how to feel about
I think if anybody comes to the stadium with some Tarantino-esque foot pictures, then that whole fucking show's gonna fall apart.
Dude, are we gonna go foot pictures? Or is there, I mean,
That's all I got.
I'm tired of Rex Ryan foot jokes.
Yeah, it's cool. He's got a foot fetish.
But it's like
Nothing wrong with
it's
that.
done.
We
It's
all
his
got-
wife. It's not like he's out there paying for feet.
So far as we know.
Well,
Something's
that's
gonna
true.
surface this year. Him and his brother are fucking Chinese finger trapping fucking Thailand hookers and just fucking licking their toes.
Colin Cowherd put it the best. He said, "Buffalo hiring two Ryan brothers is like the KFC doubles. What is it?
The double stack, the double down.
The double down.
Two pieces of
fried
chicken
with bacon in between.
bacon and cheese in the middle.
So what you're saying is they're gonna get very fat.
So what you're saying is I'm aiming for a heart attack.
And another thing in the film, did you hear that? And Seattle fans, and I'm a little disappointed that they started a petition to ban Joe Buck and Troy Aikman from calling
this is old
Seattle
shit.
games.
Well, yeah, and again, that's the same dumb fans.
I know, but Troy Aikman and Joe Buck are calling the game this Sunday in Carolina, so fans are backing it up. I watched the games. Do you guys have
They're
a problem
pretty impartial.
Do you have a problem with either of them?
I gotta be honest.
I don't personally care for either of them.
I'm not calling for them never to. You can hear it every time they do the game. They're always a little bit for the other team. I bet if you knew Joe Buck and you knew Troy Aikman, they really don't like Seattle much.
They might.
I don't think they.
Here's the deal, though. You got Troy Aikman, who is America's darling child for having won so many rings with America's team.
I didn't.
Just listen. And then there's Joe Buck, who's played JV football in high school. And
yeah, but he's also
What did he do? What did he play? Nothing.
His dad was probably one of the best baseball announcers of all time.
Okay, so he's got.
His dad
they both have pedigree, and I guess what I'm trying to say.
He has an announcing pedigree.
These guys have the job they have because they had their finger on the pulse nationally, and they've worked their way up to the top by broadcasting towards that end.
Yes.
So that's the job they have, is to be a national broadcast. And why else would you? Who else are you going to cater to? The nation doesn't love the Seattle Seahawks. There's a lot of bandwagon fans that do. But at the end of the day,
I don't understand
when you get on the sports news, is there Seattle love or is there Seattle hate?
See, I watch
Seattle hate.
I watch their broadcast, and I honestly, as far as
they call us lucky. What do you think we heard all fucking week except for Seattle's fucking lucky? Some kicker missed a block, but no one's talking about like you guys said.
Kicker missed a block
or missed a kick.
He was out there pulling around. He was pulling around the tackle. He was trying to kick it out. He just missed clean.
That's
what he tried to block his own kick.
The luck thing. So the two kicks previous, and
there's definitely a bias against.
No, but the two previous kicks, Richard Sherman was in a finger length of blocking the kick, so that obviously got into his head. Mm-hmm. And as we're talking about, like good teams create their own luck. Like either way, we put the pressure on him to make the kick. And yes, was it lucky? I don't think you can say it. Like he missed the kick, so yes, luck was on our side. But when you're a good team, you put teams in pressure situations. You put them in the position where they have to beat you.
Yes.
I've been waiting to ask this. Why is it the kicker is the only guy on the team? Then when he just blows it, when he just misses and screws his job up, it's lucky. Like a kicker's an automatic coin return or something. Like every other player on the team, if a guy misses a block on 4th down and you don't get the 1 yard you needed because he absolutely blew his assignment and blocked the wrong guy. Guy comes right in. Nobody goes, oh, you guys were lucky that guard missed his block. Nobody says that. Nobody goes, oh, you guys are so lucky that what's-his-face missed that tackle in the flat when they threw that swing pass and your back got 18 yards.
Well, because that's the thing.
Nobody says that.
Smart fans watch the game like you do, and dumb fans watch the ball because that's all they understand. They see the ball move and they go, okay, what's going on here?
But all the time you see one
guy.
It's
easy to blame one dude for all this bullshit. Same
so
reason
you know what? You know what I just decided? And we all know why I'm going to say this, but Vince Young is lucky because we blew an assignment on the edge and he ran in the end zone and won a national title.
Well, yeah, but that's why
with Texas they were lucky.
That's why you can't give them.
They were lucky because Reggie Bush
pitched
the ball and the guy didn't catch it.
The point is
they're lucky.
The point is you can't boil any game down to one play.
Of course,
or
and that's
one
what I'm
player.
getting at.
It's a team sport. It's a team sport.
That's what I'm getting
at. And there's
so
many plays.
But I'm just saying. But when a kicker is the one. It's the exception to the rule. Because anytime you're supposed to win the game, again, you already in your brain are like, we're supposed to win this because we're inside 40 yards and our kicker is going to kick a field goal. We're supposed to win.
People are biased
in
that sense because
he misses it.
All he's supposed to do is kick. He doesn't hit people. He doesn't block anybody. He doesn't have to be cross-trained to fill in for special teams or do anything else except kick. He has to do all kinds of things.
But what does he do? What's his job?
He blocks people.
All he has to do is block. If he misses a block.
Sometimes he declares eligible as a receiver. Sometimes he comes on a special team. I'm being honest.
How many linemen in the NFL declare eligible as receivers?
How come nobody
jumbo packages?
But you're splitting hairs.
I'm just saying that it's still, even though it's that small thing, it's still more than a kicker does. If you're going to say just number of tasks.
No, I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying the kicker is blowing it. Just like anybody else in a football game. Anybody that's ever played football knows you have that play where you just go, oh my God, I just blew it. I just jumped in the wrong gap. I just fell on my back. I just got pancaked. I just missed a tackle. I just dropped the ball. Everybody blows it.
Yeah.
But the kicker is the one guy that when he blows it, everybody's like, that piece of like, dude, I wish we could go back on film and show every play that the Minnesota Vikings failed on. Where a guy absolutely blew it on their team other than the kicker.
You mean every play once they cross the 50? I mean, let's just be honest. If it wasn't for that kicker, that could have been a 10-0 shutout.
Right.
That kicker nailed 2 40-yarders. Yeah. And Hauschka, I think Minnie would agree that Hauschka's probably one of the best kickers in the league. Mm-hmm. And you saw Hauschka on the sidelines talking to Pete like, hey, we didn't take chances at kicking a 47-yard field goal because Hauschka was like, obviously he wasn't feeling it.
Right.
This guy nailed a 47-yarder with the laces in.
Right.
So if it wasn't for this kicker, they wouldn't have scored anything. No. And nobody blames the fact that...
We all heard Cowherd's
rant. It's dumb fans and
Cowherd's rant
catering to dumb fans.
Right.
It's the same reason there's bandwagon fans. The same reason there's all this bullshit in sports media, because there's dummies who don't know the game and there's people who cater to them. Because half the country's idiots. Why do you think fucking red states still get fucking votes and presidents almost win?
I hear you.
Because idiots. It's idiots, man. If you look on the freeway, there's fucking half the country is full of fucking dummies.
Yeah. Well.
And, hey, that's why you fucking tune into Bud State, folks. Because only 2 of us are dummies. I'll let you decide. Vote in this week and tell us who the dummies are.
And
it's them.
I think it's these guys. He's going to say himself because he's a modest man.
No, I'm not saying anything. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response.
He's probably the smartest of all of us.
I'm going to say Minnesota was lucky that John Ryan tried to be a fucking ninja warrior and hurdle 4 guys instead of running to the left and getting a first down.
Follow the blocks, man.
Because remember, they went 3 and out on the 20-yard line and then kicked a 35-yarder to go up 3-0. If John Ryan... First off, John Ryan had plenty of time after that guy fell to kick the ball.
I'm still not mad at John Ryan.
He tried.
Because the football gods knew how it was supposed to go. And by the way,
he's a track star.
Worst call. You know what? How about this? I hope somehow this gets out to everybody in Minnesota, and it won't. But I hope it does. Let me. How do I do this? I've never done this. I'm not a TV guy. We're not.
Look
TV
into
guys.
the camera.
I'm looking
see
in.
That red light, the far red light.
Am I staring in? Do the people see my bald head and my soul?
No, they just see a white spot.
They see a Brian Urlacher forehead and a Louis C.K. haircut.
Yeah,
that's right.
Brian Urlacher, he looks like a Manning brother now.
Brian Urlacher. Never mind. I can't say that.
Dan Sordo on steroids. That's what Brian Urlacher looks like. But what were you going to say, my friend? I'm sorry.
I you know what? I want to save it. I'm leaving it alone.
Okay.
You're saving it alone.
That's nice. That's a great teaser.
You're talking about the PI?
He's teasing. Oh, he's going to coax it out of you.
I mean, are we ready?
Yeah, the PI. It was the worst call I've ever seen.
Well, I'm just saying, we're probably ready to go.
You get a guy running right into Cam Chancellor, one of the toughest players in the NFL, and he does, in fact, throw Cam on his back.
He just bench presses him. He just runs up.
You call pass interference on Cam.
Yeah.
How does that work? You give them free... How many yards did they get on the play?
15, which put him close to field goal range, and then Cam went for a strip on the ensuing
next play. Yeah, I know, I got it, but I'm just saying, you gave him 15 free yards. Yeah. The refs can't do that.
That's why the football gods gave it to us.
Right, because it's not supposed to
go. You got an angel with you right now. Danny Glover was in the dugout fucking saying it. you got an angel with you right now.
Yeah, no,
swing for the fences, boy.
Football gods exist.
They can't, but I'm pretty sure they do.
I just hope we got enough in the bank.
There's
boys.
no other way to...
I just hope we got enough in the bank left with the football.
You only have to
cash
it in one time.
I'm going to say my worry to the world. My worry to the world is just like last year. In that NFC Championship game against Green Bay, we did the unthinkable. It happened when it's not supposed to happen.
Yes.
And then we went to the Super Bowl, and then what's not supposed to happen happened, and we lost.
The football gods had...
And I'm scared because last week we made it. We completed the miracle. Russell Wilson slid on his knees like a shortstop, making a great stop, popped up, rolled out to his right, and hit that long throw all the way from third to first to lock it.
Rookie of the year.
Then the kicker misses. The miracle happens. Christmas in Minnesota, if you heard the radio.
I think Russ has got so much.
But now I'm scared that next week we'll be in position, and then it's going to happen again because we're not allowed to get that 2 weeks in a row.
It's good for everybody out there. If anybody's watching, whoever doesn't know him, this is exactly how you want this man to feel going into this game. Everyone else can feel confident. When this guy feels confident, I'm scared we're going to lose. When he's shitting his pants and he's worried about losing, I feel like we're okay.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think we're not okay. We're going up against the best team in the NFL.
He's made to come from behind. He's got that field general. He wants to be fighting as an underdog.
They're good,
and fighting against the odds. That's his whole life. He's been fighting against the odds.
But the thing that we have done consistently against Cam Newton is we've been able to put pressure on him. We've been able to contain his run game. We've been able to match him on the edges as far as speed goes.
And who was gone last game?
Last
middle
5
linebacker
games.
Against
Bobby Wagner.
Yes. And
Wagner
he's
does
the
not
man
play.
they've tasked to spy on Cam Newton, and who oppressed him for 2 or 3 games before that. Held them to less than 60
Last 5
points a
games,
game.
we picked him off 5 times.
You know,
And Cam back in action.
do you know what his
Fully fucking
you know what his
trained, ready to
QBR
go.
is when he's under pressure, like he is most of the time when he plays Seattle? He's got a 68.9% QBR. Or 68.9.
This guy pulling stats out. Where do we get stats? Where are fact checkers?
Well, I listen to a lot of sports radio, and that's just been
I do
one of the-
too. I did
that's
not
been-
hear
I mean,
that
that's
one.
been one of the big things. They've been talking about how Cam Newton performs under pressure.
I think Ulrich has an effigy of John Clayton in his closet, and it's like a bunch of chewed up pieces of John Clayton gum and like a locket of his hair, and he just goes and goes.
We do live in the same neighborhood.
I mean, dude,
John Clayton, if you're watching this, we'll buy you the next picture of Mac and Jack's down at the Denny's bar.
Whoa, or any
If you're seeing this.
other beverage joint that John Clayton might.
That's all we saw you there, and that's all I know. And we'll get you a Moons of White Hammy.
Man, he's never done. Nobody's ever talking to us now.
dude, we're talking about the Denny's on Occidental down in Seattle.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, now you're telling everybody.
Occidental. Just like my divulgence was Occidental when I was saying.
All right.
All right.
Someone should kick him in the head.
It's not the first time.
John Clayton?
He who had punted in the pocket. Yeah, well, if you try to kick John Clayton in the head, you got to get through that fucking beastly ponytail. It's got to protect the back of his head.
You'll have to get through all 18 cell phones he throws at you. We
He's
saw this man at a bar, and John Clayton, if you ever get a hold of this, which you shouldn't, but if you ever do, we're big fans.
Huge fans.
So John Clayton
Disciples.
was at the bar. Did we tell this story on the first episode?
No.
I'd have to go back
You
and
tell
watch. That first episode was a drunken shit.
No, we did not tell it.
Yeah, we either way, we saw John Clayton at the bar, and long story short, we were all dressed like this and having these conversations sitting at a table. And then we turned and realized who we were looking at, and he had like 19 cell phones. He put them all in his sweatsuit. All gray sweatsuit. John Clayton, classy guy. All gray sweatsuit, went out and got in his car. We waved.
Dressed like a pimp from Burien.
He was.
John Clayton.
He gave us a wave because we realized who he was, and he left. And then we realized John Clayton just left the bar because our stupid asses just walked in.
We scared him.
John Clayton was like, "These guys are weak. I'm out."
Fanboys.
I don't want to hear.
You know,
I
you know, I
don't
just
want
hate
these
these
guys to come up
fanboys.
and ask me 25 questions at all.
No.
I just want to give him shit for always saying, yo. Every time he's fucking
You know?
talking. Listen, boys. If you ever listen to him
Hey, look at
again.
that. We got football lights.
Ulrich just lost vision in one eye.
Why did you just...
I got to be honest. I didn't realize that was going to happen.
I don't know my own strength. And that kind of lights up. Oh, your jacket just fell off.
Yeah, now you're just...
There you can see my dingus.
Hey, everybody calm down, okay? It's not like a...
My bird's showing. When people start watching, my bird stands up like this.
I don't see. I don't see.
You want a quick T-Birds update?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, did they win tonight?
Yeah, well, I mean, we
Home
figured
game
we
tonight.
were going to keep talking about them. So last Friday we talked to you. They beat Portland 3-1. They played the ensuing Saturday against Everett. They beat 3-2. Who's in fourth place? Currently, Seattle's in fifth place in the West. They lost to, like I said earlier, they lost to Prince George 6-2. They came back Wednesday night, beat Prince George 4-0. And tonight they beat Regina 4-2.
Regina.
Regina?
If you're saying the city, it's Regina. If you're saying the lady, it's usually Regina.
Yeah.
Regina.
I don't think Regina's playing hockey.
It takes dating in Regina to know this, by the way.
Right now they're fifth in the West. Actually, they may have moved into a tie with Everett. They play Everett tomorrow night. So
I'm going to get butt fucked.
They play Everett tomorrow night. We should be
At
at
home?
that game, boys.
I don't got bucks for it.
I think
though.
they play in Everett. I think they're playing in Everett.
Hey, boys, they play till March.
19th. They play on the
Playoffs
19th,
start
too,
March.
for Tuesday.
Yes.
Are we going? Are we doing Butt State from the T-Birds?
I want to, but
Can
here's
we
the
do
thing.
it? What do we got to do?
Here's
What are we going to do to make it happen for the people?
So the
'Cause-
next step is we want to go get some sort of a phone that's got capabilities. Go on Periscope. We'll broadcast live from the game. We'll probably do a few different Periscopes depending on I don't know what their policy is, but it's so small of a venue. I don't think they're going to hassle us like at the NFL games. They'll let you record anything at the NFL games.
Right.
But it's fucking the T-Birds. Like, they basically...
They have Wi-Fi?
We were spilling beer on fucking people that were in wheelchairs.
We did get kicked out.
We didn't get kicked out. We left. We quit before we were fired.
Well, they were coming to kick us out.
They were going to come fire us.
You're
fired. Fuck you, I quit.
Everybody in a wheelchair. We did not mean to spill beer. We had one friend that was too intoxicated. Poured the beer on the ground, thinking he was funny when no one thought it. Well, and then we had to leave on
pouring
his
it
account.
on everyone's laps.
I'm just
shaking your beer when you try to pour it on him.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a team effort. It was a team one effort.
Either way, team one. But I'm just saying, I want it to be clear we would never intentionally pour beer on people in wheelchairs.
Is that the first fraternity of Butt State? Is team one?
Team one? Well, yeah.
What's the Greek lettering?
Kappa,
Omega
there's
Kappa. Cock.
There's a T.
There's no cock.
No, there's no cock.
No cocks. No cocks.
There is no cock. Like
not for
kid
Team
from
One.
The Matrix.
Not for Team One members. Shout out to Team One. Shout out to Lionel if you're out there.
There is no spoon.
It was a stretch. Do you think by any chance Rufflestiltskin, whatever?
Rufflestiltskin?
He's a fan of our page. He's a fan of our page.
Oh, is he there? Shit. Is he? If he's out there, haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah.
Shout out to my favorite.
We need to bring him on the show.
Louisianian.
Louisianian.
No.
Hey, either you Louisiana or you Louisi ain't.
No. That was terrible.
I'm good for at least a half dozen horrible jokes.
That was 1937.
Yeah, I'm like Johnny Carson joke. No. How Louisiana was it?
Anyway.
Go to the Slauson cutoff.
Though.
Get out of your car. Cut off your Slauson.
Of course, our guy PB. Marco, if you should ever step out,
we will offer a one night
of the womb.
Honorable to future Marco as well if he decides to show up, but only if Marco comes. He can only come if actual Marco comes.
Well, we're gonna be doing the show for a long time if future Marco's coming anywhere.
No, you don't know about future Marco? We didn't. You were
there at KJ's. Right, I forgot.
Oh well, there is a future.
Hey, there's
Marco.
a future
there's a
Marco.
future Marco
there's
on the
a
way.
guy.
Free plug.
No, but there's a guy we call future Marco.
One of our favorite watering holes, if not the favorite. KDJ's, our mother's milk.
It's definitely not the favorite anymore. I'm
trying to give them a free plug in case they're watching.
I'm not giving KDJ's a free plug. For KDJ's, there were a couple of good times.
In any case, we were
that
at
might
KDJ's.
be where we do our first listener party, though.
That'd be a good time. That'd be cool.
They got free Wi-Fi. I'm sure Dennis would be down and we'll fucking sing the Proclaimers. I would walk 500 miles about 3 times.
You know what we should do? We should
pass.
You don't want to play Keno? Come on, boys.
You guys want to do mock commentary? We should periscope a dart match between Dennis and whatever drunk wants to take him on.
Dennis and the angry Mexican that's there that night that no one's ever seen before, but he's going to be fucking just like, no, I don't want to. I buy you a drink or I fight you. That's all I do. You remember that guy that was mean mugging us that one time? He had he looked like Antonio Banderas in fucking Desperados.
I remember every guy at KDJ's that was mean mugging.
He looked like he was wearing eyeliner, like his eyes were so dark, and he was just like, like, damn, this guy's fucking looking at me.
I remember explaining to each one of them they're gonna leave now.
And they did.
It's time to go now.
They thought about it. There was a second where they're like, is this a bluff? No. Okay, so I'm gonna go. You're an asshole.
When is our Get Back coach gonna stop working Saturdays and make an appearance?
Dude, our Get Back coach, he's actually proposed that we move the show to Saturdays.
Saturday nights?
Saturday nights.
You work Sunday.
I work tomorrow anyway. I'm working 7-day weeks almost all the time anyway.
You guys both work tomorrow.
Here's the thing.
I never work
we also...
I don't work weekends.
We're talking about...
I have a normal job.
Bringing...
we work Monday through Friday.
Sayer on board. So if we're all going to be dealing with work schedule, we might as well go early in the week and at least bring on Sayer. Or at least go okay. Like if we
that's the problem. This guy's got kids. He's got a family. It's
hard
to do.
That's the only thing I would refer to because you actually have real responsibilities.
And I've got a couple of real ones, man.
You've got a dog that fucking has underpants on.
That's because she's.
Now I'm not saying you're not being responsible about it.
No, I'm just saying. Let's put it this way. I can't be just sitting with you boys and throwing back liquor in the middle of the weekend.
I can't really either. All I'm saying is that
we're all effing married, man. It's that point in life.
All I'm saying is whatever it takes to get Sayer on board.
So what if we
need to make this happen one way or the other.
Well, I want Sayer on board.
That's all I'm
saying.
Know that.
So
but Sayer's got to call in with the typhus, like you said.
I do agree. I think it's got to be a little give and a little take.
What if we go Saturdays?
Obviously, it's a compromise.
What if we go live Saturday? Well, no.
Okay, what's his last day? Sundays? He gets
you know what?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday
you know
off,
what,
right?
though? You know what?
Let's go Sunday nights.
Let's consider this. Sunday nights?
I gotta work Monday, too.
I gotta work Monday, too.
But I work Monday at the butt crack of dawn.
Me too. I get up at fucking 7 on Monday. I gotta get up at 4 and go to work at 7.
No, I know.
With special ed kids.
I do too, but they just
No.
don't. The state doesn't pay you. Are you shitting me? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Speaking of special ed kids,
Okay,
there's this kid.
believe me.
Okay, let me tell you a story. There's this kid Matthias I work with. He's got
Oh, you're going to drop his name?
He's not gonna watch this. No one else is gonna know. And if anyone else
People
knows him,
will see this stuff eventually.
let's call him.
You just said his name. Doesn't matter what you call him.
Let's call him Ezekiel.
Morpheus.
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 That's way fucking better.
The dad just let everyone know has developmental delay.
He's not gonna watch this, and if he does, he's gonna be like, "You know what?"
Okay, dude, I can't. Do you know what I do for a living?
Okay,
I
but in any
can't do
case,
this.
this kid, God bless him.
Twice.
He's a great kid. But today he comes in. We're coming back from one of our last breaks, and he's eating lunch. And this kid has bought $20 worth of Jack in the Box for himself.
Yeah.
He had literally 6 large curly fries in a bag, and just a fucking another bag full of sandwiches. And he's sitting there stuffing his face, and he's like, "Hey, you guys want some fries?" And we're like, "Yeah, thanks, thanks, Ezekiel.
Morpheus.
Thanks, Morpheus." And we start eating these fries, and he goes, "Ugh," and then walks into the fucking bathroom, and we hear him throwing up. He was on the shitter and threw up all over the stall, over the wall, the sink.
Yeah.
He just fucking...
Yeah, he made a poor decision, man.
I know, I was just like, who sells you $20 worth of Jack in the Box? Someone just give him...
About? I've been drunk and ordered $20 worth of Jack.
Yeah, but it was 11 in the a.m. Like, who's... I don't know. I guess you shouldn't be like judging him like, you don't need these fries. But
I've been hungover.
You don't know it's all for him. He could be ordering for his whole work.
yeah.
He could be ordering for a group.
And he did give some away. Let's
You
be
know,
honest.
have you ever gone to a fast food restaurant and had like the fat guilt because you're about to eat more
You're
than
eating
you
3 or
want
4
to eat?
people's.
To any of the special needs community, that's not what we're about here. But
See, I've looked.
My views are not necessarily those of Butt State. They're only of me.
You were gone and had the fat cat.
he also likes everybody. So that's great.
I love everybody.
Have you ever pretended you were on the phone taking orders for other people because you were ordering way too much? You didn't want to know you didn't want the people.
No.
taking.
That's shame.
Well, that is
that's
shame.
pretty
He's
funny.
You felt
like,
the
dude,
shame.
I'm about to eat $12 worth of McDonald's to myself.
Just own it. Just go in there and be like, I want a receipt too because I'm going to send a review.
No, I'm talking about like you've been there, like, yeah, I want a number
This
one.
fries better be hot.
I'll like order a number 1 with pickles and be like, yeah, and then I need 2 cheeseburgers. What do you? Oh, he wants pickles. Yeah, no pickles on it.
And then blame it on somebody else.
Just so I don't feel that fat. Like, dude, this guy's about to eat a Big Mac and 2 burgers.
But at the end of the day, like, you know what you're doing. Like, are you really lying to yourself so
I'm not
well
lying
that
to
you
myself.
know? You
I'm lying
totally
to-
are.
I'm lying to the public.
But they don't give a fuck. They know you're sitting there.
No.
You're sitting there ordering $20 worth of Jack in the Box food. Either way, though, if they see you show up, you don't look like some svelte fucking Mr. Olymp. You don't look like Jack LaLanne ordering a bunch of fucking cheeseburgers. You look like you.
Yeah, so like, yeah, but sometimes, yeah, you have a little bit of guilt, like being fat.
Just own it.
Or we went to the fucking beach one time in high school when I was dating this gymnast, and I told Stag, I was like, dude, I don't want to go swimming. She's gonna know I got a gut, and she's like, Stag was like, dude, she's been with you for 4 months. She already knows you're fat.
What do you just wear like
got
onesie pajamas, like with barn doors, and just pull your dick
stick
out when you fuck? Just pull it up through its hole.
Chappelle style.
Yeah, exactly. Just pull it through its hole. I'd much prefer if we just kept the pajamas on.
No holes. I sleep butt ass naked.
I go swimming at the beach in my pajamas, with my bum fully covered.
So, where have we gone? Where
To
have
the
we
dark
come
place.
from, and where have we landed? Shout out to Rafi.
This is
Psycho
exactly what we want to do with the show, though.
Mark. Shout out to Coach Q, Coach Pat.
Hey, when are you gonna bring these guys on the show? Are you gonna get one of these guys?
Shout out to Charles Upshaw.
Charles.
Yeah, we should get.
Charles.
Yeah, we can bring Q and Pat in.
Bring anybody. Man,
I'd
I
get
would
you.
love to have as many people we can bring on. Period.
we can't just have 20. Yeah, but we should. It'd
I'm
be
saying
nice to get some guest
consecutively, not
appearances.
all at once. We only have one fucking mic, so we have to fit like what, one person, maybe 2
Yeah, one
tops.
right here. Man, one at a time.
Replace one guy. I don't know.
No, not replace him, but we could fit a chair here.
Yeah,
or
we
if we
could-
do it from the other
we
back.
could easily fit 4.
If-
Just wedge it out a little bit. Just put the zoom out a little bit. The mic is still close. The picture will be the same, but no one wants to see us. Pores deep anyway.
As long as we're talking ridiculous stories, I got one to share.
Drop it. This is exactly what I wanted.
One of my cashiers called in sick today. Okay, So I worked the cashier cage at our establishment. And this guy comes in.
In the United States of America.
Just, I wouldn't say a normal looking dude, but a dude. Like neck.
My shirt looks like it says Turtles. Looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles shirt.
I say Seahawks.
Well, that's fine. I just realized it looks like one of those old turtle shirts. Continue. I didn't.
This guy comes up and he goes. He's got his hands in his pocket.
Don't tell
And he goes, "Can I get Can I get $20 in gas?" And I was like, "Yeah. You want cash, credit, or debit?" "Cash." Bring it up. And I just stare at him, and he just looks at me with this weird grin. I was like, "Cash?" And he's like, "Oh yes, here." And he hands me a 20. I'm like, "Okay." He's about to leave. He takes a couple steps. He turns around and he goes, "Did the sport teams play this weekend?" And I was like,
the sports team.
That man's an alien.
And I was like, "Oh no, the Seahawks." I was like, "Yeah, the Seahawks play the Panthers Sunday." He goes, "Last weekend." I was like, "Yeah, the Seahawks beat the Vikings." And like where you kick one leg out and then you straighten one and kind of lean forward? He does this and he goes, "Excellent." And then walks out the door. Like I was like, what the fuck just happened?
That was a man who was high on mushrooms for a week and a half and tuned out for a whole week.
Guy.
Or he's been tuned out for 10 years.
Every day.
He looked like the type of guy that was probably really into playing like Pokemon.
Pocket pool?
No.
Yes.
Well,
yes
yeah.
and yes.
His pocket monsters.
He looked like he played a lot of Pokemon, maybe some Magic, the Gathering.
Monster's the correct term there. It's probably more like.
That's what Pokemon means.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying it's probably more like a pocket weasel, like a
pocket sex offender.
Right.
Pocket red dye.
Pocket red dye.
Dickachu, go!
Dickachu.
And again, I think I'm 3 for 3 for bad jokes tonight, boys.
Yeah, well,
Lace us in, and I shanked them all
Some
left.
days you step up and you belt it out of the park. Some days you step up and you swing, and it's ugly.
Some days the bases are loaded, you get hit in the septum of the pitch.
You foul that ball off into your ankle and break that cocksucker.
And then I took that fastball from Nolan Ryan right on the bridge of my nose. And that's why
I've noticed when we do the show, I get a little Paul Mendeley. Paul Mendeley. That's good.
Yeah, no, you're definitely Paul Mendeley.
You know who I'm talking
Dr.
about.
Mengele?
It doesn't matter. I don't need to
know
reference the
him.
guy's name.
Are you talking about Biscuit?
Yeah.
Biscuit?
No, not the Biscuit. I'm talking about the fireman.
Oh.
Yeah. Give me a ride to school.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Paul
I couldn't
Biscuit.
be more in the dark.
No.
I don't know.
It's all right. Stay there. Hang out.
I'll be the viewers.
Observe the shadows.
Observe the shadows.
No, the viewers don't need to know what I'm talking about.
If you're in the dark, you don't need to go 4 for 4.
But I'm just saying, I've realized.
I'm already
on
fucking
the show.
over 4, I guess, right?
I've realized on the show.
Yeah, over for 4.
I need to come to the audience. I need to be myself.
Come on, man.
Because see, dude,
Gross.
now you're being yourself. That's what we should do less of.
I'm dynamic, daring, and even devilishly charming. And most
So the
Dan.
title of this episode is going to be the Dan Roast.
The Dan Roast.
No, because it'd be way better. We'd go for a while.
Oh, we totally need to do a fucking roast episode, boys. Birthdays. We're doing roast episodes for everybody.
Jacking off makes you fat.
Yes! And that'll be the title of my roast episode. Right there. That's the title of my roast episode. Is Jacking Off Makes You Fat.
That was by like, that's
we have to
possibly-
have fucking Don Miguel here for
That's
my
quite
roast.
possibly the funniest thing Sayers ever said.
And he said a lot of fucking...
And you guys were going back and forth. And I remember that was
Most of
the
mine were like,
finisher.
you're bald, and he just goes, jacking off makes you fat.
He said,
Shut me down.
You said something really funny. I remember because we were all laughing at him.
But it was a bald joke.
He was sitting there like fists all nose clenched up, and then it was like he relaxed because it hit him. It looked
Well,
at
yeah,
him.
because his Manhattan
what?
Project came through.
Jacking off makes you
Yeah,
fat.
he discovered the fucking nuke in the fucking salt flats.
That's a game ender. You can't.
That's so funny.
You don't have to say that to a fat guy. You just got to say that to anyone, and you have no
I
rebuttal.
was a fat guy who was jacking off a lot, so it hit right home. It was an arrow to the heart. Shut through the heart.
Oh.
And again, that was our rule. But for those who don't know, we were playing King's Cup, and instead of 8 for mate, we had 8 for hate. So we would do like player haters ball. We would talk shit about each other
Back and forth quickly until somebody
If
stutters.
you didn't zip back, then you had a drink.
Yeah. It was
Jacking
good.
off made you fat. I just took a drink. I didn't even try. I just was like, well, okay.
That's a winner.
That's a win. He Trojan horsed me, bro. I thought I was beating him down.
You were too.
I gave him 3 ball jokes in a row. Then he goes, "Check it off, makes you fat." Just fucking threw me underground and just started burying me.
Dude, I'm gonna get off this. I'm sorry.
What do you mean? Sorry, I mean, get on.
I brought
you
this.
need to get on.
Well, he brought it from his house, but I brought it to begin with.
Yeah, no.
And
you brought the crown.
Butt State alumni #1. He provided this bottle. He provided this bottle.
Oh. Wait, Butt State alumni?
Butt State alumni number one.
And Dias?
Yes. San Andreas.
And a bottle of Malibu, which I should have brought and just left here because I don't want Malibu.
I don't like Malibu, but bitches like Malibu.
That's correct.
I don't like Alizé, but bitches do.
Well, I'm married, so I'm not bringing home
That's
bitches
true.
to drink Malibu rum.
All 3 of us.
Unless I can take some 151.
Go ahead and
Malibu
set
rum,
your balls in a
pineapple
vice
juice,
grip.
Caribou, make it all known.
Bottles in the salad shooter.
All right, well, what are we?
All right, so boys,
we take a halftime.
Just one second.
I'm down for it.
I got a question to
thoughts?
ask you, and I know it's gonna be weird because you guys don't give a fuck about this topic. I just wanted to see.
You don't know.
What you
get
guys,
in.
well,
Let's get
that's
in.
why I wanted to ask.
We might give a fuck.
This Sunday, one of
Sunday.
the biggest names in not only entertainment but all art and pretty much the world died. David Bowie at 69.
See, I thought you were gonna say Alan Rickman.
Well, he was the day later, and we'll dovetail into that. But any thoughts? Did you guys ever have any David Bowie moments where you watched Labyrinth as a kid? I mean,
I definitely watched Labyrinth.
what was your first exposure to David Bowie? And I know
Labyrinth.
Steg's gonna be like he saw him, and I guarantee Steg had nightmares, at least horrible, bad, fucking.
I just am completely
No.
100% indifferent to David Bowie.
Don't even care.
I don't even care about
You've
it.
seen Labyrinth, though, right?
I've seen Labyrinth.
You don't care for the Goblin King?
No,
It's not really
Labyrinth.
here.
Your
Labyrinth-
eyes can be so cruel.
Yeah, see, you doing that right now? I just don't care.
That's why I asked. I love it.
I saw Labyrinth as a kid, and those puppets scared the fucking shit out of me.
Oh,
I didn't
shit.
watch it again.
I didn't
Speak of the devil, and he shall visit. Butt State alumni.
And Dias. There's our guy.
That's so great.
Cheers. Where is he? When's he gonna make an appearance?
Yeah, exactly. When's Butt State alumni going to make his first appearance on the show?
Shitty Bill.
I'll leave it to. Oh yeah, Shitty Bill's going to have to fucking make a real
Come do the
appearance.
shitty swirl with us.
Maybe we'll have to go to Shitty Bill. Shitty Bill. That's up for you to decide.
Let's go.
We
We're
have a
going to Shitty
laptop.
Bill.
We've got internet.
Next week we go and we record at Shitty Bill's.
Ooh. God willing, inshallah,
Shitty swirls
Yeah,
for
where?
everybody.
at Shitty Bill's.
At Shitty Bill's.
Places.
Saying Chehalis?
Are you saying Chehalis?
You said Shahala.
I said inshallah, God willing. It was kind of an ISIS joke. Never mind.
I kind of picked it up and then just buried it.
No, he dropped it.
I thought you said Chehalis. I was like, I'm not going to Chehalis.
Chehalis.
Steg gave me a foul on that one.
I don't wanna go
He didn't give it a strike, but he gave it a foul.
Until
I tried to just move right by.
Until YouTube gives us $300 checks, I'm not driving to Chehalis.
I'm not-
And obviously, we're not
Not
going
Chehalis.
to Chehalis,
Not
so we'll
Chehalis.
just let that go. But
We're never going to Chehalis.
Just for the record, everybody in Chehalis, bend round and suck me.
You and Mr. Hand
we said kept together.
can
sucking
take
all
one
way
right
to
in
the
the
ball.
ball.
Let's take a halftime.
All right,
Let's-
so we're gonna take halftime real quick. We're not gonna put music
In
on
case-
because we got fucked last time for the music.
In case you were thinking about continuing to watch, stop.
Stay here. We'll be back in about 5 or so.
Well, let's take a 10-minute halftime. We'll
Okay.
go 10-minute halftime.
Just say 5. We'll be back in 10.
Well,
you
then-
didn't hear that, all right? We'll be back in 5 to 10.
we can't put any music on?
Not okay. Here's the thing: if it's licensed, we have to
Oh, rat sons of bitches.
get it licensed to where it's usable for monetization. Like the one that had the songs on it, we can still have the songs in there. We just can't monetize it. We can't put ads on it. So it's not our video. We'll have to pay somebody else to use those songs.
Dan, you got papers, a Swisher, a fucking Bible.
I have a pipe. That's it.
If we ever can do music,
We will. Here's the thing: is that's coming weeks, boys. Here, once we got it set, I'll brief you. I'm making moves, boys. Just fucking wait, like 6 months to a year from now.
Smoke and drink. I can use black label.
All right, let me go grab it. Look at my jacket too. Walking around with whiskey like a fucking lush.
Oh, I got 2 quality roaches outside.
2 quality roaches.
They are. Man, I swear.
You're talking about roaches like you're a real estate agent selling
There's
your house.
another stick around here somewhere. Yeah, because we've been rambling, man.
Let's figure out where.
And it's not like it's bad, but it's not going to be real entertaining for people.
I guarantee
We're
it.
enjoying ourselves.
We're having more laughs per minute than we had last week. Let's just start off with that. Everything we're saying, we're not at Howard D. We started off. We were at Howard D. last week, so we were all shook. And we were before the people started. We were just getting drunk and panicked.
You know what song is our intro? I started listening to dude, I remember Atmosphere?
Yeah, who doesn't?
The song Get Fly.
Yes!
Our intro song. I fucking love that song.
God, it's like my fucking. When I worked at the Lumber Mill in Bellingham, that was the only thing that kept me from shooting myself in the fucking
That
head.
song right there.
And this guy at Hamburger House loved
Yeah.
Get Fly.
Dude, that was my anthem.
Yes, I'm all
This
about
was
it.
a greasy point in my life.
What I'll do tonight, or tomorrow, at the very latest.
I thought
We'll check the
I got
licensing.
speakers in the car. We can just grab the shit and play it in the background.
It's not so much that, it's the licensing. So if it's not licensed, what we'll do is we'll check for next week. Okay, so at the very least, we will definitely have it either figured out whether it's licensed or not. Yeah, we work with my phone.
I started listening to it in the day, a couple weeks ago at the gym. I was listening to like Can't Imagine How Much Fun We're Having album. That's really good.
That particular song. Yeah. See, a lot of the songs I like the lyrics. I don't like the song. I don't like the music.
His beats are really long.
Well, it can't make it. Same guy that does a lot of other albums. You're like, Stella.
Let's have time.
No.
Roscoe and Stella fuck.
Stop.
Okay, we go.
On the bar.
Like the pinball machine over the movie, the River Chicken pinball machine. There's a pipe. I'm so glad that was the face saying, I'm so glad this isn't on air. They like kangaroo the chicken.
I work with special.
Here's the thing.
It can't be on anywhere talking bad about special needs.
Okay, as long as you have that reaction you had, then you're fine.
I guess.
Because you're saying, no,
But
I
you-
have nothing to do with this. You can't do if the worst thing that happens is that I'll be branded an asshole.
No, I'm just saying, dude, in general, as we move forward with this shit, I want it to be the type of shit that
You
people
start getting more views. 'Cause at the end of the day, no
Dude,
matter what,
it's not a joke. I work for the school district. They shit can you for things that are not PC.
you're guilty
And
by association.
I'm already sitting here dreaming my face off on shit, bruh. And
why-
if kids see that, they're gonna be like, hey,
The
Max,
producer
what are you doing?
of the Don Imus show can't get a job. Because he's guilty by association.
I'm sorry, I did that.
A bunch of nappy-headed hoes. What color were they?
I
Black figures.
Well, the reason that guy lost his show was not so much that he said bad things, but that all his sponsors dropped him. He said no things. So here's the thing.
Because he was a shock jock. And you can be a shock jock. You don't have to be fucking blatantly racist. He was.
He's kind of a half-ass
Hold on,
shock job.
no one. People
Dude, Don
talking
Imus
shit.
was like the
It
original.
wasn't even funny.
People talking shit.
If
in
you
a
were to
bar
say
don't
that,
need to say that again.
if you were to say it in the proper context as a joke, it's funny. But that's a very big stretch, and you have to really hit the exact right moment and be the right person at the right time to say it. Him, then, there, no.
It depends on the type of show. Like,
Me, anywhere, anytime, no.
like Don Imus was a show full of white dudes who some shit he said, like, just couldn't say even if it was in a, you just thought it was in a funny moment.
Here's the thing.
Howard Stern has a very multicultural show, so they say some fucking blatantly racist shit.
That is that.
But
The difference is that
like,
Howard Stern's on satellite. He basically pays for that whole network to be on the public. Imus is terrestrial. Imus is terrestrial.
Wasn't that good?
He's terrestrial, so he's bound by FCC regulations, just as we are not. The same reason why we are not bound by the regulations. That's why we can say fuck or tell news we want. But at the end of the day, I respect this. I don't wish to cause you guys any harm at all, whatsoever. So I will totally pretend like shit. All I'm saying at the same
No,
time.
I'm just saying we should just stay away from like racist and or like blatantly
I agree.
segregated.
But at the end of the day, though, as long as you react like you did,
Yeah, no, I
then you were basically washing your hands of it. You're saying, fuck this guy. You've got to have walked away. How much more can you distance yourself than physically saying, fuck this, I'm walking away?
Right.
I think honestly, if there was if you just raised the inquest, and I'm not saying it's going to get that far, but I'm saying if anybody were to, maybe just say that this man does not agree with the views of this man. They'd have to. Yeah, but that being said, I don't even wish to get that far. I don't want anybody to put you under scrutiny. I don't want anybody to come under any fire.
I'm sure it's going to be a long time before he fucking goes to that school, works us out somehow. But kids are on the internet all the time. But
No, one day I'd like to see banks purchasing, colleges or, I don't see you guys sticking.
yeah, I still
And the last thing I want to do is to fucking jeopardize that. I would never want to fucking hurt your family's career at all.
Pete Jackson, so he was interviewing for Oakland Raiders. And obviously he was Oakland Raiders in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
He came out to me and he said, you know what, I just don't want to play with the Iron Man. I said, that's not match for that. I'm just going to be riding the guy. I'm not going to agree with what he says, so I'm going to be the play caller. I feel like that might abandon the coaches who tried that. And it's still
I don't know. He's already had a lot of success in the play all over.
There's been a lot of coaches who tried to take on the head coaching role and then just keep playing and it's true.
But how many of them were really with Oakland?
I guess Holmgren's a fuck you out on the show.
Yeah, he did pretty good. Well, he was the Super Bowl.
Well, you know what Seattle's problem was? Is that they took him over, they couldn't be the GM anymore. They got Russell. Wasn't for Tim Russell, his team may be on like a 10-year tear where they were.
Well, Holmgren just keeps leading us to fucking SBs.
Oh no, I think we would have needed to hire Carroll down the road. Just
Yeah.
to keep. Because I think Carroll ignited the franchise.
Russell
Russell
was
really
seen
needed that
with
change.
Pete Carroll is something that's incredible. Because you got two guys that somehow just, it's like they connected under the stars.
Two fucking dirty pennies that
Who
turned
would
up.
hear him talk to fucking sound the same?
And if you, in Holmgren said,
John Schneider, Pete Carroll, and Russell was all sounds.
Holmgren said publicly, he's like, I don't think I would have taken the risk on Wilson moving to third round. So Holmgren was still the coach. We probably wouldn't have Wilson because Holmgren just never.
We had another fucking team.
It was after the draft, and Holmgren liked Wilson. He was like, I think he's just going to get career back.
I want to know how I could say that, and I don't know that.
A lot of that's also like when you get those decisions around you, and it's like there's that much just weight on your shoulders. You start
Especially
second guessing your fucking your talent guessing, and these guys are gonna focus more on numbers and tangibles as opposed to this guy's just a winner and he fucking has what it takes.
John Gruden shit. I was like, oh man, that guy is exactly what I thought he was.
The Gruden QB can't
That
really
guy
solve it.
is ready to go to the NFL. He doesn't give a shit about anything that ever stands in his way. And what sold me to was the fact that he did that whole learn an offense, go play baseball, come back, forget an offense, learn a new one. He never forgot anything. He knows all three. You can run any of them.
But
Right now.
that's what Gruden brought up in his QB camp, especially wasn't really sold. He was like, this guy learned an offense to the left, played baseball, came back, 3 weeks into training camp, even though he wasn't really a starter. He was the team to have
Yeah,
that.
he knew the whole playbook.
They instantly are like this guy's like
Incredibly special. He's the best draft.
He's the guy that you want whenever he's Randall Cunningham when you need him.
I think he's
But then, but then he starts.
He's got those athletic abilities.
I was about to say, but then he sits in the pocket.
He's got Joe Montana
delivers
brain.
like Joe Montana. He fucking keeps the play alive. And keeps looking downfield at all times, even though he could have ran 20
Bad
minutes
snap.
ago. But he's not worried about it because he can still run. He's like, no, I can run. Just relax.
I'll tell you
Hey,
something. There may not be another quarterback in the NFL that made that play. I think last week I said maybe Newton.
Cam Newton, it's a different skill set. Cam Newton's not making that play. What Cam Newton can do that Russell will never be able to do, Cam Newton can run upfield with his shoulders down.
Yeah.
And actually intimidate a guy trying to tackle.
Is he gonna be elusive and stiff arm?
No, that's what I'm saying.
No.
No, yes. He gets away from people all the time. Cam Newton's
I don't think so.
amazing.
That's what I'm
But it's two
It's-
completely different runners. No, are you serious? You ever seen Cam Newton play?
I think it's more of a strength
That
versus
guy's
elusiveness thing.
off.
I think
Yes.
I think
No,
it's
Cam Newton's elusive.
he's
just not
larger, man.
quick.
He's larger and
Yeah,
stronger.
yeah, definitely. You can't. Russell's gonna make you miss clean and barely touch him, and he's gonna stiff arm you to the ground.
And it looks like he just
I mean,
stiff arm the
right,
second, but
right.
it's really just
You
physics.
you were falling this way anyway.
Wilson's got
Cam Newton,
You're
literally,
like it just fell. We'll give it something for you to watch.
Cam Newton literally running these guys.
because Troy is falling.
That one's still.
But it's not. Because Troy is falling.
What we need to have is, instead of the farting Irishman, have a big wooden farting Irishman to wheel into the city of Troy.
Clemson's going to win it next year. They get 40 freshmen.
Says the man who doesn't have any fucking invested in wide Jalen here advance.
They're advanced. They say, should we talk about Nick Saban's legacy? That he might end up being the best college football coach of all time?
I don't want to talk about Nick Saban.
But you have to recognize Rick is probably the best college coach to ever do it.
Yeah, but he didn't do it like some fucking quote on school. He did it where his table was set, and then he just ate.
I might be right at that point where I'm a little too intoxicated to be doing this, but we'll see.
That's exactly what we have to
We didn't even talk about when we're coming back, but
No.
so I'm just going to bring up the national championship and then talk about it.
So wait, we just left it on. How come we didn't stop?
I don't know. Dan just leaves it going, man. And I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go downstairs for a minute. The elevator's broken, so I'm gonna take the stairs.
Theater of the mind.
Wait, we got two. We're on halftime, and we got 2 viewers.
Oh shit. Why would we have 2 viewers right now?
Because this is the best. This backdrop is the best thing they've watched all night. All right, I need to get some ice.
Oh, I just spilled my drink.
Coming back in 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes more.
So this is still live.
It's live.
Why are people watching this? Hey, whoever you are, why? We're at halftime. Not that we should put a sign up or something. Would you guys like a sign?
I like that you have an ice shiv in there. A steak knife to cut the ice up.
Who's Erickson? Is it that?
John Erickson.
Are you? He's not watching. Why would anybody watch this?
No, it's two. He has two. There's 2 viewers, so it's Dan and. not
Who's
Dan.
currently viewing? Where does it show that?
It says 2 viewers, so we got 2.
Why?
Alright.
Because somebody just has it on. They're
Wait,
not
wait.
watching.
Switch up here. We'll
Yeah,
get
I'm
to the
gonna get
bottom.
outta here.
We get to the bottom of this right now. I'll get to the bottom of this and I don't give a damn who's at the top. Who's viewing and what's wrong with you?
How are we supposed to know when you guys are coming back? Censored WAD. What's censored? You say dick?
He probably said something like dick wad or fuck wad.
Okay. Type number 1 if it was dick wad. Type 2 if it was fuck wad. And that's it, because I don't know what else goes with wad.
Type 3 if it was other
Well,
wad.
obviously it censors if you type a bad word.
Or at least
does it?
okay.
It says censored
Type
WAD.
the curse word with a period in the center of it so it won't read it. That's how you do it. I thought I turned that shit off, but it must auto censor. We'll go to YouTube and that shit won't be a problem.
Alright, well, we're coming back.
We're back.
Yeah, we can't just skip out on the national championship. I mean,
We'll fucking definitely glaze over it.
well, let's...
It's gonna be a nice little fucking
We might as well glaze... I mean, if we're
Day
gonna-
old little Debbie cake, we're just gonna fucking scarf it down and be done with it.
I mean,
That's all it was this year.
fuck. Call us fuckwads. Well, we're back, so now you know we're back. So...
We're back, you fucking fuckwads. Whoever the second viewer is, sound off. We need to know who you are. What's the fuck's your name? Follow
So we
us.
got Butt State Alum 1.
Yeah.
So that's one of the viewers. We have 2 viewers right
He's
now.
not just
so-
alumni 1. He's just alumni. He's just the original alumni.
Oh, he's just the original.
He's the fucking. He's Highlander, bro. There can be only one.
So you should change it to Butt State Alum OG.
Alum OG.
Well, that's a good...
Butt
Butt State Alum OG.
Butt State Nate Dogg.
Take that tone with me again. I'll stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
You're talking to my guy all wrong.
Your tone.
The wrong tone.
Do it again. What if we're his family?
Does your mother sew? Oh! Get it and stitch that.
No.
What's more shameful than this show are Christopher Walken impressions. We just saw him tonight with a Donald Trump haircut.
Shame,
James Bond.
Our fucking
Shame Bond is more
our
what I say.
comedy is more shameful than
Shameful.
And let's be honest here, it's
I
my
know
comedy
kids
that's
that
the
bang
worst.
that would beat me up if they saw this in our comedy.
I don't
Bang.
think.
I think they'd be like, hey, where's this damn motherfucker? We need to stomp him out. He's got a lot of blue.
I don't think they'd care about any of this. They'd call it corny.
It's a bunch of stupid white boys.
Nah, they would. The kids we know.
He's Bumbleclad. Hey, Trevor.
Kids we know love us.
You get those guns,
Well,
Trevor.
yeah.
The
They
kids
do.
we know. If I was caught in a situation,
Right.
like the kids I know, I could call on.
Well, yeah,
Right.
because you got their back, too. That's what a good coach is supposed to do.
I just feel odd going on the internet. It's kind of, it's like, as we're talking about all
You should
this
grab my
stuff.
glass, you fucking rat bastard.
Yeah, so let's just get
hey.
away from it. Let's get
I
away
think-
from, let's
hold
get
on,
away from
hold
anybody
on.
that's banging.
That's
Yeah,
not
no.
what I was talking about. That's
think
not
that's
where I
what
was going.
We need to.
It feels odd. It feels odd.
We need to cover. We need to just talk
Good
about.
action. Oh.
Let's talk about the national championship. Let's talk about.
Do we got to talk about the national championship? Do I have to talk about Nick Saban? I
We've,
want to talk about Nick
we've
Saban.
come on and we've said what
wanna
college
do
football.
that.
We've talked about college football as our thing. We talked about how bad bowl season was. That was a great national championship.
I will only talk about
And I
The
know
game itself
if we
was
call it
very
It
good.
was a great
national championship is what
No.
I call it. For my fifth bad
It
joke of the
wasn't a
night.
sham.
A
It wasn't
championship.
a sham. You can't do that.
I called it. You
The
can
whole
check
s-
my Facebook. I said this is going to be a good game.
It was
Bama's
till
going to win
halftime.
it. No, Bama won it in the fourth, and I said that. I said Bama's going to win it in the fourth.
You don't think that really kind of... Okay, now, again, I hate to
Oh,
contradict
that's
myself.
a
'cause we're-
prediction.
We're going down to one play per game.
and his defense is going to win in the fourth.
Nick Saban's special teams and his offense won in the fourth. His tight
Yeah,
end
but
won.
that's what I'm just saying. Like, it's
Onside
not,
kick?
it's not.
His
Nick
defense
Saban
still
winning
gave
the
up.
fourth.
They gave up 40 points. His defense really didn't stop.
Clemson was pretty good.
He
We
said,
said
show your
they would
tits.
be. Let's not do that.
Well, not anymore. Not for
Who said
money.
that?
Who else would do it except for Buck
Man,
State
nice.
alum? Show your tits.
Artemis said it.
Artemis.
It was a good game. It was.
Who's
I thought
Artemis?
it was a very entertaining. very entertaining national championship. You don't want to talk about it, but Nick Saban.
You know why I don't want to talk about it? I don't want to talk about it because of what you just said. Nick Saban.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it. I get it. He's amazing. You know what he is? He's a Belichick guy. He's a guy from the Belichick coaching tree, and he's winning titles in Alabama. I don't want to talk about this dude. Fuck him.
Yeah, but we can't act like Alabama was like he just walked into a
he's a
situation
dude,
where
he's a-
Alabama was good.
He's a great coach. I'm not
Remember
saying
when
he's not. I'm just saying he's the type of guy that needs a button to open and close his own MFing door. I don't like
Don't get so salty here,
That's
Coach.
right. EMMEFFING.
His mother-
MFing.
His mother, father,
You
door.
don't like the button closing the door?
No.
You've never had some kids when we were in
No.
the coach's office that
No,
you wish there was a
that's
door that
different.
would close
That's
the gate
different.
and just
That's
go.
different. Because I don't fart
Yeah.
in wine glasses and
You're fired.
waft them out.
No, but
I
you
don't.
ju-
Nick
Yes.
Saban is so full of his own. He's great, but he's just like Belichick. He's just a smug prick. Like, I'm sure off the camera he's a different guy, but I can't say.
Hey, Nick Saban.
No, I'm just talking
Bill
to
Belichick,
him
if
as
you
a
want to come on the
coach.
show and
Yeah,
clear your
People are
name.
gonna say he's better than Barry Bryant because he's gonna win another title. They're gonna be like, he's the best.
Hey, but who's better than Frosty Westerling? Am I right?
But he's won it at multiple schools. He's done it. He's done it at LSU.
I know.
He's done it
I
at
know. I'm not discounting anything he's done. But it's just like Belichick. I hate him. He's amazing, but I hate him.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like, he's great, but he's just a miserable human being to
I've
be
noticed
around.
Steg is kind of like the Yosemite Sam of the SEC. Like, he's always like, oh, I hate him.
No, it's
The
not.
consort of Crimson Tide, I hate
But
him.
listen to what I'm saying. It's not like that because there's no passion like that. It's a I hate him because he sucks the joy out of life. He's one of those guys you don't want to hang out with.
Well, yeah, he's the root of
He's
what's wrong
not
with the sport.
fun to be around.
What
Bruce
if he's-
Arians,
what if
Pete
he's
Carroll,
super
those guys are
cool?
fun to be around.
What if he's
Yeah.
super cool?
What
Bill
if he's,
Belichick?
And you just-
I-
no,
he
or
might-
Saban.
Saban. What if he's
Both of
Saban,
them.
Maybe if you're one of his stars.
You go have a hangover night.
But other than that, he's not super cool.
You, Saban, and Belichick go to a titty bar.
I don't
And you know
feel-
Belichick's wearing those fucking
Saban
track
doesn't
pants.
go anywhere with anybody. Saban.
I don't
Not
feel
that you
like,
know about.
I don't feel that Lane Kiffin coaches with a guy that doesn't like to party a little bit.
Any man who wears a
Kiffin goes to
visor.
bed at 7:30, bro.
so?
Lane Kiffin.
Him and Steve Spurrier go to the bingo hall.
Spurrier. You think visors are cool? It's the paint, Lane.
We got the base coat of the white, and it makes the red and the black pop. Yeah, Spurrier.
Lane Kevin.
If you're a Georgia fan, you should hang yourself.
Okay.
D was asking about this show. Like DeAndre? Busted alum, please answer back.
DY.
Like D and Dave?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, if it's D and Dave, or is it like DeAndre, or
Whatever.
DY?
Okay, so whatever you're
What about
typing.
DeLionel? Where's DeLionel?
Or
Well,
DeLionel.
But
There's
state
a lot
of
of
Lo-
D's.
DeLionel should be on the show.
I think so too.
Okay. So obviously, whoever,
We got time
but
to
state
lay-
alum, whatever you're typing, we're the only ones that can see it, so you don't have to hide anybody's.
Everybody can see it. Don't lie to him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's okay. Just say a
Oh,
name. It's
yeah.
a first name.
Dan had to be a dick. You know?
I spoiled it for everybody with the truth.
That's why he's the producer, because I don't know what the fuck's going on the technical
But State
standpoint.
alum needs to take his thumb out of his butt and use both hands to type us that name.
Stop running trains on himself.
Stop running trades on himself. Thumb up his butt.
We were
Running train on
talking about
himself.
this earlier, and Steg was like,
You guys got any?
Try to tell
Two
me the
viewers.
story.
Is there
No,
any
that's
qu-
a Bear. If Bear's out there, Bear will never see this Bear. He was a guard at Merced College, huh? How about that for
if
a
we're
plug?
hoping that fucking State
Talking
is
about
gonna
Bud
see it,
State.
then Bear might
Played
see
at
it.
Merced College with Bear. He was playing guard, and this guy used to say that when people wouldn't be somewhere, be like, "Where's this guy?" He'd be like, "He's at home jacking off with his thumb
Oh,
in his
it's
butt, running
DeAndre.
train on himself."
Oh, that's
With a
a
name like
great.
Bear, like, you
But
have
he
that
was.
voice.
This
like,
dude was he was from Arkansas, and he was like big giant dude.
Was he like the guy in Death Row from Green Mile?
No,
I'll
no.
soak the bat out, boss.
No, it wasn't fucking Michael Clark Duncan.
That's all I can picture.
Did he die? He died, didn't he?
We tried to figure this out. 'cause-
R.I.P. Michael Clark Duncan died.
No, Johnny Cochran's dead, but Michael Clark Duncan is fucking
Johnny
alive and well.
Cochran is definitely dead. We
Oh,
went
I'm
over
about
this.
to prove you
Johnny
guys wrong
Cochran and
again.
David Bowie.
I'm
are
like-
Michael
dead.
Clark Duncan's dead. I'll be actually sad. Is that real?
I'm like 100. I'm
No way. He probably had like oversized heart if he did die. Cause he
well,
was just a
yes,
big bastard.
obviously.
His heart was just too big. He
So
sucked
where
on it.
were we going? Where are we going?
The point
You
I
guys
was
go wherever. I'm trying to figure out if Michael Clark Duncan's still alive.
the point I was making is that we were talking about the
He
story
died
about
he
Bear.
died September 3rd, 2012. He's been dead for 3 years.
Really?
Why is Michael Clark Duncan dead? Why is he dead?
Because guys that big have health
Moment of
problems.
silence. Moment of silence.
A toast even.
3 years later.
MCD,
I
Mickey
knew.
D is.
Well, I'm just saying. I probably knew and then didn't know, but Michael Clark Duncan, man.
You didn't know that?
Let's just say he was a man that sucked the bad out of everything in life. Boss.
Boss.
Balls. I sucked the bad out, balls.
Have you
Yeah,
ever
that's
been
too
told?
bad.
Have you ever been told that like boss? Have you ever been told by any like? And I don't know if it's our generation, but like, oh, I'm not gonna say his name, but there's an older guy that we know, who coached his son, but
Okay.
he thought like boss was like a degrading,
Like a
term.
derogatory term.
I hope not, because I say boss 15 times a day.
Well, I never thought of it
Hey,
that
doing
way.
boss. Boss and chief.
Well,
Everybody knows that's me.
probably in the sense
That's what
that
I say.
young kids
I say
hate
brother.
old kids.
I say boss. I say chief. These are the three things I say. all
But
the time.
also.
Yeah, I heard that I was told that
Hey,
like
bud.
refer to
How's it going there,
somebody.
bud?
But I do.
We all do it, bud.
throw a butt in there.
I was
That's the Canadian influence from Trailer Park
We're
Boys.
just getting old is what it is, and young kids are going to start saying that sucks.
yeah.
Whoa.
I was told that boss was. I don't know if I don't know if you described it as degrading, but he was like, yeah, it's just not. He's like, I don't appreciate being called that. I just never heard that.
I guess it
before.
depends on the person and the
Yeah,
context,
I guess.
obviously, because like if it actually is your boss and you call him boss,
But I said it to him after a game. I was like, thanks, boss. And then a couple days later, he told me, he's like, I don't appreciate being
to
called boss.
Who said
a
that?
coach, okay,
What
what
was the one dad that
it-
talked to us after every game?
would you say a higher position than you or a lower position than you?
Maurice's dad?
No, the one.
Would-
the 4 years.
Don't
we
say
had
this
been
stuff.
there.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't know.
All
what
that's
I-
important is this guy higher in the hierarchy
Yeah,
than you? Is he higher in the food chain or lower in the food chain?
No, this guy's a parent. We're coaches.
So technically higher in a sense, right? Because
No.
you're taking
I
care of
just
your
kind of
kids.
saw us
No,
as
technically,
equals.
Level, if anything.
bend round and suck me. That's not.
Okay, so who gives a fuck then?
I,
He
just,
doesn't like
I
being
don't know.
called
That's
boss.
just you get. And I never.
I didn't know that. I don't know which.
And he's the
parent-
only. You don't know who I'm talking about. Yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't like being called boss? I don't think I've ever called him boss.
I did once.
He's the one guy that I don't really call that.
Yeah, I said it once.
I say boss to everybody.
It's like
else.
Bill.
How you doing, boss?
It was a couple of years ago. It was after the whole.
It's a respectful thing to say. You're putting somebody else above yourself.
Well, obviously not
Unless
to
they
everybody.
think it's
What's going on,
sarcastic.
boss?
If they think it's sarcastic, then it's almost like
Oh,
a.
they think
why'd
it's
you drop-
sarcastic. What just happened?
Why'd you
if-
drop the feed?
Because I was trying to see if I could adjust the camera here. No, it's still going here. But
Do you want me to move it so
Butt
we get more
steak, still
steak?
on.
again, it's not
Oh,
supposed.
steak's fine.
Intent is half of it, but it's also half how they perceive it. Because you could intend just like, "Hey, boss," it's just a nice congenial. Like,
Dude,
you say boss to me.
Right.
It's,
The
it's
question.
the same vein.
Question.
He takes it as he's seeing it as
Who says
derogatory.
chief? I feel
Us.
like that's just me.
I say chief.
Right.
Stoners
Now.
and
No.
people of ill repute.
No. Absolutely not.
Well, obviously-
only high class guys say chief.
Well, obviously because you say it.
My grandfather says chief. He's an Olympian.
Older guys
He's a
say
goddamn Olympian.
Older guys say chief.
So yeah, it's kind of an older guy thing. I think and maybe that's
He
why
used
it's
to do
viewed.
it. He used to do it when you walk in his house when I was a kid. He'd yell it. You walk in the door,
Chief!
and he'd go, "Chief!"
I've never been. Yeah, I've never got that.
It was
That
different.
sounds fucking great.
It was different.
The
shouldn't have
older
yelled.
generations say chief.
Shouldn't have yelled. We gotta apologize. Our get back coach has work in the morning.
And
He's
Bud.
sleeping.
Bub,
Hopefully
not
he's still
Bud.
sleeping.
Bub, B-U-B. What's up, Bub?
Now, bub is almost.
I don't.
Bub
say
is
that.
almost a derogatory.
Is it?
I would take it
Bub.
because like, hey, bub. It's like Wolverine said it before he stabbed you with his fucking claws. He's like, hey, bub.
I didn't know
Snicked, and he fucking stabbed you. Well, not every time. Butt State alumni did Wolverine say bub.
Yeah, Wolverine said Bub. That
Yeah.
was his thing.
It was kind of his thing. It wasn't always a
Yeah, he
derogatory.
probably did, but he was like,
But he was like, it was being
Listen,
badass. He was kind of like,
here, bub.
yeah, exactly. Like he's taking you down a peg before he
Yeah,
stabs you.
Nobody talks like that.
Well, Wolverine does.
Well, Bud State alumni.
See, I called a lot of
I'm
my
not
love-
saying I agree. I'm just trying to understand the phenomenon.
I haven't
of,
seen Bud State alumni way too long. I'm taking shots at him over the internet.
Well,
I
that's all
called all my linemen Bub because my first year I had a guy that went by Bub, and
everyone's bub.
he's my favorite lineman of all time. So I called everybody Bub.
Again, it's context
Man,
and how people
I
take
see
it.
his Snapchat now.
He's fucking ridiculous.
Kids,
He's putting in work.
working. He's working.
He set a goal to be.
a beast, even
And
if he
he's
can't play
doing
football. Yeah.
But it's context. If I call you fuckface, you're gonna take it as a
Do you
friend
think any of our viewers want to hear this shit?
Maybe a
for
little.
2 seconds. We'll wrap it up here.
But this has been more than 2 seconds.
But if I call you fuckface,
You said we're supposed to hit the buzzer when we've been rambling.
where's the
too
bell?
long.
Ding, ding, ding.
We got it. Mills Lane.
If I call you fuckface, you're not gonna cry about it because we're friends.
I might.
Where are we going?
Not to the if you call like the bus driver on the metro bus fuckface, he's gonna say get the fuck off the bus and go walk.
He might uppercut
Right.
you if you're a female.
Slap the soul out of her. Get off the bus. That was the funniest shit. And that's the thing.
That I saw. Even me, who doesn't participate in the internet, I
And
saw that.
That's another promise I make is that once we get videos available to view, and it will be within the next 2 to 4 weeks, we will have videos on our show. We'll be able to switch over and watch videos on the internet. I want to watch that happen.
Oh, that'll make it so much
Slaps the
more.
soul.
We're gonna be able to do that. You hear that? Maybe we'll have 3 viewers next time. Do we still have 2?
We're down to 1.
Next to say Bub drinks.
Bub.
Well, he solved that one, didn't he?
It'd be cool if our viewers shot us some questions. I don't care how ridiculous it is.
We only have 1 viewer now.
Yeah, well, we know who he is, and I feel like he could conjure up some kind of fucking ridiculous
We're
questions.
also on Skype at Butt State Show if you've got that capability.
No one's calling, Dan. No one is calling.
No, that attitude, they're not.
There's no one there, Dan. Who was the other viewer, and how long did they view?
Well, we had an anonymous. We had another viewer also with anonymous.
Boys, I gotta say, this is our worst show ever.
With that attitude, of course.
We do. We're just.
You gotta be optimistic, boys. Here's
I'm always
the
optimistic.
Here's the pluses. Our hardware is working. We're recording while we're broadcasting live, which we couldn't do last week. 3, we're not waking up anyone's children.
No one wants to watch this.
Or
You guys weren't
I'm
waking
not
up
waking up
children.
anyone's children.
We haven't
You
been
woke up
funny.
your.
We haven't been funny.
Your girl wake up.
No.
We've
My
just been
son-
talking about sports.
What was
My girl came home. That's because I tried to carry her in the house. She woke up. That's just you didn't wake her up. Don't worry.
Okay, well, I felt like, especially after watching the video last week, I was like, oh, my drunk ass was just cackling. With
I
all
didn't
the
even watch it.
boys.
I haven't watched the last 2 episodes. I feel like
You boys
if I
said okay.
watch, if I watch the episodes, I feel like I'm gonna be like, take them down.
No, that's what we
That's not bad though.
That's.
But we're not.
What you gotta do is just kind of temper that.
We can't sit
You're
here
being
and-
honest with your shit.
We can't
that's
sit
all.
here and Brock Heward our last episodes. Okay?
on the following episode.
Yeah, we're not just gonna break. Let me break it down for
Blue
you.
42.
Okay? If you come home without flowers on Valentine's Day, you're not gonna get a blowjob. You might get a hand jibber, but I can guarantee you, from my years of experience, the blow jibber is not coming tonight. If you come home with 12 red roses and a carrot cake with cream cheese topping, you're probably set for a blow jibber. Anything else draws you into line to just get an old fashioned, and it's probably with a tighter grip than you would feel comfortable with. The end result's going to be the same, but the pain level will be different.
And you know how I know this? I know this because we've been at the practices. And at the practice, we've been through the minutes and the hours and the sweat and the blood and the tears. We've been through the hardships and the ups and the downs. We've been through the falls. We've been through the skies. We've been through the lows. We've been through everything. We've been through all of everything we could possibly go through for this moment right here when Brock Ewart farts his pants.
And we just kicked the shit out of that.
Here's a great idea from Bus State Alumni. We need to make game predictions and bet something on them. Now, money is one thing, but I think, honestly...
No. Money
there's better things to bet, boys.
Money is monetary. We don't want to do money.
Well, then we're all broke. So let's bet something that's worth more than that.
So we'll go closest to without going...
I think we should always be betting. Together, we call Vegas on the Butt State Show every week, and we bet $7 together.
You know what?
That's not a bad idea.
So I like his idea, and yes, money's because
only if we bet as a team against the world.
As far as viewing pleasure goes, me handing Stag $5 is very unsatisfying. Now, if I lose a bet and I'm sitting here in a dress, that's satisfying. Or if Dan loses a bet and he becomes a beer wench or a booze wench, so we purposely put the alcohol off camera to where he has to go and serve us.
And I'm dressed like a St. Pauli's girl.
Yes.
I've just heard 2 ideas in a row that involve you guys dressing in women's clothing. And I don't think those are good ideas.
Because what's more
Don't lie,
degrading?
they both made your dick hard.
Absolutely.
Two buxom Rubenesque ladies.
I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it into the minutes.
No fat chicks.
I can read it off the minutes
Always
right
be
here.
betting in NFC, no fat chicks.
Right here in the minutes, it says Dan dressed as St. Pauli girl makes Stag dick hard. So
I know it doesn't. It definitely.
That's the new title of this video
this is
episode when it goes on
official
YouTube.
court record. No,
That's the new
that is
title.
not the title.
You know what?
It
I
is.
was thinking about being the show that starts the record because there's a show on 7. Why do I act like we can't talk? Wait, Bob
We
Graz
can
and
cross-pollinate.
Bob Graz and Tom love those guys. I'm
Stinky
sure
Graz.
they would see this one time, call it amateurism, and tell us they wanted to be as far away from it as possible. But I'm just
I feel
saying,
like Graz might appreciate it a little.
Graz just seems like the coolest dude in the world.
You
to
feel like
hang
you
out with.
appreciate
a
it a
little
little
bit.
bit.
I'm just being honest. He seems like by chance the coolest person in America.
I sent him a text to their show and it said Graz's feet smell basically as part of a joke, and he was like,
"Yeah, they do."
he just took it as a chance. I was like, yeah,
I
he's
text
cool.
them a lot. I get texts back sometimes. Pretty frequently, actually. I get texts back. But anyway, the point is,
Graz is fat.
well, no, that wasn't
Fatter than me.
that
Graz,
wasn't.
Graz with gas was the best show ever.
Lactose intolerant Graz.
Graz with gas.
We were going something.
No, Stag had a point.
We
Go.
were going
I know
somewhere.
we keep digressing.
No,
Sorry.
we've
Please.
bounced around too far, and even on air, I have forgotten where that ship was going.
We're talking about
Okay, well we can. I like that. Well, we can do the picks later. We can do the picks before we sign off.
The jacket just fell down, and for some reason, those little slats in the bar, I feel like we've been exposed.
oh, my bird's sticking out.
My fucking bird! Put it up here on the laptop.
Oh, it just sees the back of the laptop. So
You want to
we're
know
safe.
why? You want to know why this? Like the reason this podcast, as far as this, is just not as been as like rich and hearty as the last 2 weeks is because
Rich and Hardy was at Dinty Moore.
no, but I feel like we've talked.
He's got less potatoes and carrots.
We've talked in depth more football. We've talked in depth more Seahawks. But the fact of the matter is, we just came off a wild card weekend, which we're not accustomed to doing. We played a game where we gained 230 yards. The opposing team gained 180. And the fact of the matter, it boils down to we're going into Sunday. It's a heavyweight fight. How much do you want to break down? It's going to be who's got the bigger fucking nutsack when you walk out in Carolina, and who can get
Playing
hard.
with house money.
It's
'Cause
not
everybody
about
feels like
how
we don't-
hard you can get, how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep getting up.
You ain't so bad. You ain't so
That's
bad.
really never going to spit it back.
1,256 pounds of pressure. Everything he punches, he destroys.
I'll crush you.
You ain't so bad. You ain't so bad.
I wasn't able to focus
Bro.
my mind as far as like talking about this game because
okay.
I'm so fucking. I'm too amped up
Here's
as
the
a
thing, bro.
fan to like sit down and talk about it
Look
logically.
at it through the lens of history, and also what we were just talking about outside. How Russell Wilson is that guy for that position for that time, no matter what it is. He's clutch. Okay,
Yes.
and that's always one thing you need to be a championship caliber team. You need to at least have a guy who's clutch, even if he's not a great performer. He's got to put up good numbers and win
He's
in
calm
those
and
key
collected.
situations. Also, you need defense wins championships. Okay, 3. We're talking about a team that beat us on a fucking fluke one play when we didn't have all our dudes back. Cam was barely back. We got beat on a fucking bullshit play. Now, granted, the play we got burned on last week to a fucking Kyle Randolph, when they said that. Rudolph. Sorry, I always call him.
I only know the name because he's a Notre Dame alum.
Rainbow fucking Randall.
But okay,
Save
after a BS PI call, they fucking throw it to him, and he's wide open because of course no one's gonna want to touch him the next play after. All I'm saying
Cam
is
goes for the strip. Cam had the tackle.
All I'm saying is this team is made for this kind of shit. We are as blue collar and as angry and as gangster of a team as you can possibly get. Guys that came from the darkest fucking places of society and have brought themselves by their own hard work and their fucking talent to this point. Okay, and that's why Pete and Schneider have picked these guys out because they fucking have risen to the top. Like Steg was talking about last week, and I hate to fucking call back last week, but he's talking about half the team is undrafted players. Okay, they're picking these guys up from the bottom of the barrel, the guys that shouldn't have even fucking been there, and they're making this shit happen. I think it's not a question of if, it's a matter of when we decide to fucking live up to that potential and play up to that level, because these guys aren't ready for that shit. They've been handed fucking nothing but cake and fucking Twinkies all fucking year. And even when they played us, they got us at an easy point. I think they're fucking in for a rude awakening on Sunday.
They did so statistically, they did play the 26th easiest schedule.
Yeah, the NFC.
I'm sorry, I guess you would say the 26th hardest schedule. So, like if you were ranked teams 1 through 32, they ranked 26.
I feel like we're trying to make a lot of reasons. A lot of excuses.
No. They're 15.
Devil's advocate.
Yeah.
They're 15.
You've been referencing that for 3 weeks.
But tell me this.
Touch, but taste, but don't touch.
No one knows what he's talking about.
Tell me what Seattle.
But don't touch. Touch, but don't taste.
Tell me what Seattle's record would have. Tell me what Seattle's.
I'm 7 for 7. Garbage.
What do you think Seattle's record would have been if they would have played the Saints twice, the Falcons twice, and the Buccaneers twice?
Or just not give up the lead.
Do you not think those are 6 wins right there?
They were fourth quarter losses.
Dude,
they give up the lead.
I can't do that. I can't get into it. Because we got to go play them in a playoff game. I'm not the guy that's going to sit there and knock the Panthers for anything.
No, I'm not going to knock them. They're 15-1.
They're champs, man. They say they're champs.
No, they're not champs.
They say they're the best.
They've won the NFC
They
South.
say they're the shit, and we're garbage, and so we're just going to walk in there, and I am going to speak quietly and carry a big old effing stick.
No, but they're not. But
that's how I feel.
I get that, but if we're going to talk about it, like name the one conference that
Carolina, see me in the square.
Name one conference that only has one team in the playoffs. That's the South.
Well, of course.
And the East. The West and the North have two.
Well, weren't the Falcons like pretty close to making it in, or one of those teams was
the
like
Falcons started off 6.
What about Houston? No, they're in the
AFC.
So they had their chance.
Oh, and they're in the AFC.
And
so
they don't
that's
deserve
not
to
even
be
relevant.
Well, we found out. Kansas City showed us.
Their defense was worthy of making. No, they got a home playoff game. Which
their quarterback had 3 picks and a fucking fumble.
Smashed.
Their quarterback pooped.
But that's the way. That's the way the NFL works. Like they performed well enough in the regular season to host a playoff game. And if you're a good enough team, you'll go on the road and you'll beat them. And Kansas City was a good enough team. They went in and they exposed Houston for what they were.
I hear that. But Houston, I didn't belong. I'm not impressed.
Now, if you want to talk about whether or not the better record should host the playoffs, whether you're a wild card team or a division champ, that's a whole different topic. Because I do think Kansas City should have hosted that game and Houston should have traveled.
Well, yeah. You know what I think? I think we need to pick up every week. We got to do this. We got to get on there. We got to get on the phone. We got to call them up. We got to find out what the money line is on something.
I have the line right now.
What do we got?
So
1.5.
You want to go over unders?
Carolina.
You want to go? I don't spread.
Are we going Seahawks Carolina? I think we need to step away from Seahawks Carolina for a while. That's all we've been talking about, boys. We've been doing.
It's a very close game, also.
We've been doing like 2 hours of 3 guys ranting about how we. Not to mention, what do the viewers talk to us right now? Are you pretty clear that we think that the Seahawks are going to win this weekend? Would you like to hear us break this down some more?
Even if we agree on the outcome,
we're all worried.
The spread. Okay, so I guess the real question is, what do we bet on? And also,
no, I don't want to bet on this game. I want to bet on like Milwaukee wiener dog races.
No, we're gonna bet. We'll bet it.
Let's bet it. As long as we have stakes that
Let's
are
go-
money.
let's go
on-
for-
I'll bet on whatever.
I don't want to bet on Seattle, Carolina.
Let's go FOX style. We'll go top dog. We got 8. What do we got? We got 4 games this week. We
We
got
got
8
New
teams
England,
left in the
Kansas
tournament.
City.
So whoever has the least amount of picks will dress up like a bitch and serve us booze next week.
Least amount of picks.
Oh, just go
Between
all
us,
the
least
games.
amount of points.
Are we all playing?
Just go win-loss through all the games.
Yeah.
and then just
So
see
Dan, give me the first game we're gonna pick.
All right, so we got Kansas City, New England.
Kansas City.
46 toss power trap.
Tech 9. Is that the same Kansas City?
You want to go to Tech 9? He's coming to studios, or he's coming to Showbox on the
that'd be a
9th.
great bus stage show.
I love Tech 9.
Tech 9?
I don't want to go to a Tech 9 show.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to go.
You don't want to fucking get dreadlocks and dye 'em red? Come on,
I
this
don't want
guy
to get pissed
guys.
on by a chick.
Yeah.
I feel like that's. I feel
That
like a Tech
damn
9 concert might be kind of like an orgy concert.
That's exactly
Yeah,
why you fucking
it's
go.
it's like
It's a
Have you ever
lifestyle,
met like
a bunch of
hard,
white kids making a mosh
like I
pit.
really like
Seattle.
Tech 9, but have you ever met like hardcore Tech 9 fans?
doesn't
People I
make
want to hang
sense.
out with. And trust, I listen to Tech 9 damn near every
They're basically
morning
juggalos.
at the gym. Because Kansas City, New England. Stag, who you got?
And the spread, may I remind you, at this point in time, is as high as a +5 for Kansas City, I would imagine. Yeah, +5 for Kansas City and as low
So
as
I will
4.5.
dial up a formula to break ties. So we'll do the pick 'em and then we'll do against the spread.
Just do a pick 'em.
Well, no, because then we could very easily have a tie. So then you would need the spread.
Then we go
to
Rochambeau. We go rock, paper, scissors if anyone's actually tied.
Nope.
Yeah,
Are you gonna get kicked in the dick?
No, the original
Okay,
Rochambeau.
No, the original Rochambeau is
Yeah,
kicked somebody in
no.
the dick.
Somebody in
No,
the
it's not. It's South Park's Rochambeau.
The original Rochambeau.
It's the first time I ever heard
It's
of
the
Rochambeau.
fucking. That's the original name for rock, paper, scissors.
You know what,
Rochambeau.
Cartman, as far as I'm concerned, Rochambeau's kicking somebody in the balls.
So let's go through. You got Kansas City, New England. So right now we're going straight up.
Just straight pick 'em.
up pick 'em.
With this one, dude, I just want to bet with what I want on this one. I want
Pick 'em.
Kansas City,
Okay.
and I want them by 3, and I want it, what? I want 21-17.
How about this? If he calls extra shit, give him a bonus. If
No,
it's
I
true,
want it by 4. I want 21-17.
So what's the spread?
spread for Kansas City, New England is I think it was +5 for Kansas City.
Because I think, I'm just going to put on record, I think New England's going to win.
So if he's taking Kansas City,
Just call it +5. 4 of the bookies are going.
so
+5.
New England has +5.
No, Kansas City's got +5.
Kansas City's got +5. So that means he's taking Kansas City straight up and New England against the spread. Is he saying Kansas City by 4?
+4.
But
so
Kansas
New England
City's
against
giving
the
up
spread.
5.5.
Yeah.
So you got New England
Yeah.
against the spread. Okay, Dan,
I'm taking KC.
in the pick 'em.
Yeah, in the pick 'em.
Okay.
And I'm going to take New England for the spread.
Because we all
It's gonna be
know
close.
deep down in our hearts New England's going to win this game, and we hate it.
They're always going to be in it.
We
to
hate it. We
try
don't
to
want
win
them.
it.
We want the jolly fat man with the red mustache and the red coat.
You can't count them.
I'm going to fall into line. I'm going to take Kansas City, but I'm also going to take Kansas City against the spread. I'm going to lay the 5 points.
They're going to win by
Play in the lumber. Jim Moore style.
I think they can.
Stop
I think they
talking
can
about
cover the spread. So
No,
what's-
I won't stop talking about those guys. I
What's
like,
the-
I like them all.
What's the second?
But I especially like the show a record. By the way,
Alright.
we're the show that starts the record.
Next game is Green Bay at Arizona.
Just so you know, do Seattle, Carolina last.
That's where I was going.
We'll save
with
it for
that.
last. We'll save it
now
for
I
last.
remember. We're the show that
That'll
starts
be our
record.
tiebreaker is Seattle, Carolina. Okay, so the next game is Green Bay, Arizona, and it's Green Bay by 7.
Ooh, Green Bay by 7?
Don't
Okay,
count
so
out
straight up, who you taking?
They're playing Arizona?
In Arizona.
Arizona.
I'm saying Arizona by 10.
So you're taking Arizona to cover the spread. So
Yes.
By both.
So you're taking so Arizona straight up. Dan.
I'm taking Green Bay, but I'm taking Arizona for the spread. I think it's going to be closer. I think it's going to be down to the wire, just like that New England.
Oh
game.
man, I got to think about this.
They both got shooting offenses. Arizona's got the best
So
scoring offense in the league
Arizona,
right now.
Green Bay's favored by 7.5.
7, 7.5, 7, 7, 7, 7. Looks like 7 consensus. There's only one that's got 7.5. That's the 6 major bookies. Only one 7.5, so we'll call it 7.
Green Bay plus 7. No. So that means Arizona's the favorite. Arizona's laying 7.
Oh, because they're giving Green Bay 7.
hold on. Did you read the first one right?
No.
If it says -7.5, that means Arizona favored.
No, I said plus. If you don't hear me right, you don't hear me right. No, it's New England's favored by 5.
Ah, son of a
It's home teams.
So does anyone change their can't? No, so
All right.
you still? Damn it.
We'll go back. Quicker.
Sorry, I thought you were implying that Kansas City was favored by 5.
No.
So New England's laying 5.5. So you guys took Kansas City in your pick'em, and then you took New England to cover the spread. So I guess you would keep that the same since you think New England's going to win.
No, yeah, I think Kansas City's gonna win. And
All right, then I'm not going to change mine.
I took Kansas City to win.
You took Kansas City to win. You took New England to cover the spread.
So you think it's gonna be close?
So you think if New England wins, it's going to be more than 5?
He's saying cover the spread.
Okay, that's fine. So you're taking Arizona's laying 7.5. So you still want to stick with them to cover the spread?
Let's call it 7.
They're going to win by a touchdown.
They're going to win by 10.
Yeah, he's very definitive about that.
So we're going to go. I'm going to write the spreads down. So we're going New England -5, Arizona -7.
And before we go any further, what are we betting on this, boys? It can't be money.
We'll figure that out. I still think somebody has to wear a dress.
Well, I work at the great place to buy one, so we'll figure it out.
I'm just
Nobody's wearing a dress. And
No, that's the best thing. If you had worn
Arizona's
going to
win 31-21. Write it down.
I'm gonna.
So it's just the worst guy, right? Is going to have to pay the price?
Yes.
I can't believe it when you guys don't understand when my profit comes through. 31-21, Arizona. If you want to go make some money, anybody that's watching this,
Last week you said 22-11, and obviously
pick
that
up the
was
phone.
close.
You were closer.
Pick
to
up the
Minnesota
phone. You
score.
go upstairs. If you're a youngster,
I was at
you go upstairs
21-10.
in your
Technically,
parents'
I was
house.
closer without going
Well,
over.
you also said
And you
23-17.
lift.
No, he said
You
23-17.
lift.
Oh,
He
yeah,
had
that's
two
right.
picks.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
two
had 2 picks.
Lift about $50 from your mom's purse, and you go down and you get on the phone and you bet on Arizona.
No,
What movie was that from?
31-21.
because you
You get
remember
your mom's purse. You dig around. You find $20.
Matt-
What's that from?
Semi-pro.
There we go. Thank you.
Matt.
We're going to win the Mega Bowl.
Mega Bowl.
Win Michigan Mega Bowl.
Don't follow that. Matt the Mick is no Jimmy the Greek. What's our next game?
False.
Next game.
Last
is-
week you picked 22-11
It
or
was my first
23-17.
We're saving Seattle for
First
best for last. So the next one's the night game on Sunday. Pittsburgh at Denver. Pittsburgh's given 7.5. It's going to be Denver favored by 7.5. Oh, I actually got to see one line where Denver's favored by 9.
Pittsburgh's laying 7.5 to Denver.
7.5 to 9, but most of them are 7.5. 5 of the 6 bookies are 7.5.
So next to Pittsburgh it says -7.5.
Yes. No.
Wow.
This pick rate it's plus 7.5.
So Denver's laying 7.5.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm trying to get. Yeah, that's how you would say.
You're basically talking to an idiot. Is what's
No, that's
happening.
fine. So it's Pittsburgh plus 7.5.
Yes.
So straight up, what do you got, Matt?
I'm in need a minute.
Dan?
I think Benny gets hurt, and I think Peyton survives. Or even if Peyton gets hurt, Brock's going to perform better than fucking
So
what's
you're
his
gonna take
nuts.
Denver straight up.
Yeah.
So the best way to look at this is when the game kicks off.
Denver
Pittsburgh
owes
will be
7.5.
Pittsburgh. No, the way you look at it is Pittsburgh will be ahead 7.5 points.
Yeah.
So it would take Pittsburgh 8 points to win.
Yes.
So who do you take in the spread? You take Pittsburgh plus 7.5, or do you take Denver laying 7.5? We can come back to that.
I still think it'll be close. I'll give it to Denver.
Yeah, I'm going to take Denver on the pick'em, and I'm going to take Denver against the spread.
Pittsburgh squeaks it. Because all week I've heard everybody say Pittsburgh cannot win this
You
game.
think Pitt's going to win straight up?
Pittsburgh's going to squeak it out by 3.
So then that means you're taking Pitt against the spread. So
I know what it means.
I know
I know what
it seems like we don't exactly.
We have
know.
one person who doesn't here. We've got a fucking idiot in the
Okay,
midst.
let me rock a piss,
In the
and then
middle.
we'll come back to the game that really matters.
Rock that piss in.
Rock that piss. You got anything else to chase this whiskey with?
No.
You
We
can,
could-
you
we
can
could-
chase. No, I got you. Chase the crown for Jameson.
And then I'll be chased by police home.
Calling all cars for the Prince of the South. Kill that yabba dabba doo shit I just got out. Still rapping, slapping kittens, and grabbing my crotch. I'm the artist, the godfather, the hard as a rock.
You're doing like spoken
Well,
word.
you're gonna mess around and make me knock your fruit juice loose. Banana, the pomegranate, watermelon too. Alley kung fu, that's split bamboo. Crowd rocking, ain't no stopping that rapping ass fool.
What is this from?
Well, I've been bad, bruh. What you getting mad for? I don't want to have to light you up. I eat flames up, shit fire out. Don't make me light my butt. Excuse me, who may? Got a lot of group A's. Ought to have a fucking dog house like Snoop A. Curtains go up. Going down, turn the thing. Tear the frame out the thing with my band. Anyway, well, that was the intermission.
Worst episode ever.
It's, you know,
I still.
we're
think
going to
it's
have to
the
throw
best.
something in. You left, so I just had to confuse Dan.
Alright.
That was mystical, by the way.
Let's take a little more time. If you have any talking, we're going to Seattle, Carolina. If you have any talking points you want to get out of the way, if you have any input you want to put into the game,
Before
go
we
ahead
Tear
and
the... Tear
No,
the...
I mean, I'm saying when we call on you to do
Tear
your
the-
picks, go ahead and put in your.
Tear the... Tear the...
Okay, I'm done. I'm going home. I gotta work.
Tear the thing out the frame with my band.
Seattle, Carolina. Here we go.
Bitch, I'm still smoking.
I think the people have heard about Seattle and Carolina.
No, we're just doing the picks.
Well, let's get on the picks.
Because the thing
That's
is,
what I'm waiting.
it's
You're
not so much
first.
the game; it's that we're putting on the line. Is that what's worth it? And we're gonna find this out after the picks.
Perhaps could we stop by the In-N-Out Burger?
Yes,
Shut
Donnie
the
will
fuck up,
fucking. That's one for the night. All right, so the spread:
Alright, it's not the first one.
Seattle +2, Seattle at Carolina.
Seattle's up to +2. They were at
+2.
negative 1.5 this morning.
+2, +1.5, +3, +1.5. They are plus on the all across the board.
So let's say Seattle. If you average that out quick, it's probably Seattle
2.
+1.
Well, because I got 3, we got 1.5, we got 2.
Seattle's
sounds like
winning. Seattle's winning by a Hauschka field goal that a Minnesota kicker can't make.
So you got Seattle against the spread. Seattle straight up.
I feel like a fucking caveman. Like I cannot understand this to save my fucking life.
I come from a long lineage of bettors, so
He's lying.
Bunch
Are
of
you
He
kidding
learned
me?
this last week.
my family's giving away half their life
Yeah,
to
I know.
gambling. No, I understand the lines. I think Seattle's gonna win.
So if you're giving a team points,
If we're sticking with this, if we're sticking with the spread right now, Seattle +2. In my heart of hearts, I see this game being Seattle 16, Carolina 3.
So Carolina
I'll
has to
take
win.
Seattle straight up
What?
to cover the spread.
Dude,
so you're saying
your
Carolina.
fucking mouth better cover the spread. Fuck.
16-13.
Well, Seattle, you could think
Yeah, that sounds about
Chris. For this.
16-13?
12-9
That's
even?
so outlandish.
Even 12-9. That,
Yeah, I think
that,
that's
that was a
outlandish.
score from a year
I
or
think
two
that's
ago. It was
outlandish.
12-9.
I think you're talking about a really good offense in the NFL. I think you're talking about a guy that goes out and puts up points every week. And you're talking about 3 points. They're not even going to score a touchdown.
I said
Might I remind you-
16-13.
I said 16-3.
16-13. 16-13.
Did you say 16-13?
16-13.
Well, all right.
So
Then I misheard.
And keep in mind that the first year that
I apologize.
that Cam Newton and all of them
For
were
you.
back in what 012 when we played him for the
Oh,
season
12?
opener.
Was it
It
012?
was 012.
It was
When
012.
we played the season opener against Carolina in Carolina,
We graduated in 005.
we did 12-9.
You
James
graduated in 004.
Like James Bond's uncle.
Yeah. He doesn't do secret agent shit. He just sells real estate.
I can't spit whiskey.
No.
Toss me that green bottle. I haven't touched that yet.
Oh, the old Jimmy song.
So, right now, me and Steg both have Seattle straight up and against the spread.
So what's the stakes, man? That's the next question. What's the stakes?
Well, let's get our picks in and then we'll determine. We have to vote on the
What we got
stakes.
left? Me?
No, you know what? Since he offered it, Butt State alum, why don't you give us the stakes? We're not going money.
Yeah.
So tell us what loser.
No,
Yeah.
Butt State alum is too devious. He'll come up with
He's too
something
dense.
terrible.
That's exactly why it's the best. He'll give us horrible things to do.
Punishment is twice fold.
Cover ourselves in milk and honey and lay in an anthill.
Boys, we got some
I remember. No. I remember Bud State alum in high school where it was like, if you kick me in the shin, I cut your dick off. Like, that was his fucking
He had Islam
revenge
justice.
status. Was fucking, whatever you do, I do tenfold.
Revenge is tenfold.
Sharia law.
All right, let's get back to the picks.
Is he still watching?
So what are we saying? You ask me for the
He's
spread?
got to be doing something else.
Straight up, who do you got?
I think Seattle's got it.
You got Seattle winning. So you got Seattle plus. So put it in layman's terms.
We're
When
gonna
the
be
game
2.
starts, Seattle's up 2-0.
So Carolina's got to either win by 2 to beat that spread.
Absolutely not. Seattle. If it ends 17-16, Carolina covers the spread.
Because they just had to be with it in that level. Seattle has to win by 2 for the spread.
Seattle has to win by 3. If it was 18-16, it would be a push in Vegas. Since it's not 2.5,
I think Seattle covers it.
Okay,
To
so
be
we're all in
honest.
agreement. We got Seattle covering and Seattle winning straight up.
Pretty much a gimme game for that one. For all of us, we're all picking the same thing.
It's definitely not a gimme game for Seattle.
No, can
No.
we talk Guatemalan ping pong yet, or what's the deal?
The reason I feel so
I'll apply for my contract.
the reason I feel so confident about this game is that you look back historically, and what do we got? We got Carolina, number 1 scoring offense in the NFL. Seattle, number 1 scoring defense in the NFL. Historically,
wins
look up the
championships.
record. And I might be setting myself up to where next week we're sitting here and we're all just super depressed.
Sitting here in tears.
Well, then we got another bottle of liquor to fucking save us.
But in all honesty, would you be sitting, like, even if we got bounced by Carolina next week, a 15-1 team, you're talking about a Seattle team that started the season 2-4, when everybody told you that historically and percentage-wise, you start 2-4, you don't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Seattle fought its way back, so even if we're sitting here after losing the divisional round,
It's all bonus.
we're not sitting here going like,
We did
like
something
in-
nobody's ever done.
like when Seattle went to the Super Bowl in 05 and lost. You remember coming back in 06, people were like, yeah, we're going to get back. But we lost too many pieces. You knew. Like, we're going to lose. We might lose a Bruce Irvin, and that will suck. But at the end of the day, you're going to keep Earl. You're gonna keep
continue
Wagner.
to be a team that for the next several years is competing for that top spot.
And as
every
long
year.
as you have calm, cool, and collected Russell Wilson, your offense...
Carolyn
If we
Schneider.
lose this game, I go into next year feeling like we're going to be back in the Super Bowl.
If anything, I might feel more confident next year if we
Within the next 4 years, we'll be back in the Super Bowl. I guarantee that.
Pete Carroll will
I
bring
know
it.
that's going to happen.
Pete Carroll's going to bring another title to Seattle.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
But
State.
state.
They win
Set
this.
your clocks.
See, now I'm all in. Like, if Seattle wins this
We're
game,
all in. For fuck's sakes, we've been 2
No, I'm
hours
saying-
of all in.
I'm saying I'm all in. If Seattle beats Carolina, I think Seattle's going to be your Super Bowl 50 champs. I don't think there's a team in the NFC that's going to beat them.
Boys, you're dodging the most important question here is, what are we betting?
What are we betting?
I asked
We asked
Bud
him.
State alum.
We did not receive, so
Well, he's
it's
got
up
to be
us.
thinking about it.
It's up to us.
He's
If
whacking
if he gives us something, then we'll get something. But if
He's-
not, then it's up to us.
He's got stuff going on.
So I think it's only fair that the other people decide what the other person has to give up.
Hmm.
Because obviously you're not going to just volunteer the worst thing.
Well,
So then tune in next week because we'll meet an hour before, like we always do, for production
We'll
meetings.
say what's up, and then
we
And we'll figure out the.
don't do anything at the production meeting.
See, I take
We
notes
said
all
we're
week.
drink.
I need you guys to start getting on this note taking. You listen
Well,
to a lot
what'd
of
you do
sports.
with your notes?
Well, we covered everything.
Did we?
Well, let's see if we
You got
missed
drunk
anything.
and put a dip in and started
covered your
rambling
face
about stuff?
with jism.
We talked about Chip Kelly to the Niners. I mean, I guess I was the only one that was really worried about that offense maybe being potent next year with Chip Kelly at the helm.
Well, who else is going to
Oh,
bring back
I
Kaepernick?
think Colin Kaepernick and Chip Kelly are going to collectively fart in their pants.
Okay, that's. We didn't talk about the Steelers-Bengals game. If you want to cover the ending to that shit show,
85
I mean, is there
grand
anything
fines.
left to be said?
not really.
They've said it all.
Do you
Stop
think
the
Marvin
fines.
Lewis should have lost his job after that? Though?
No.
He's 0-7 in the playoffs.
I think Marvin Lewis has been dealt the hand of the guys.
He's not the GM, yeah.
Now-
Yeah, he
now a piece of
continues to get these Al Davis
We saw it in the Hard Knocks.
problem guys. Yeah.
Now, a
They got
piece
some
of the
random chick who's
puzzle.
never played even pop
Now, a
one
piece
ball
of the,
making
like-
fucking GM decisions.
A piece of the
Well,
puzzle
to this contract.
that we talked about last week. We were talking about personnel-wise, and that they covered it this week. It was on First Take, and Stephen A. was talking about it. Vontez Burfict. He was brought in by Marvin Lewis as an undrafted rookie and put on that team. And he's a leader of that defense. And he made... Now, going back and watching him more extensively and, like, seeing Joey Porter on the field and all that, like, I don't know if that personal foul on Pac-Man should have been called. But they're really... I don't think Burfict can be given the benefit of the doubt just by the way he's conducted himself on the field all season. He's taken a ton of cheap shots, so I think it was easy for the refs to throw that flag.
Well, yeah. And I'm sure that he was talking
to. And if that's a guy Marvin Lewis brought in after the draft,
I don't think anybody thinks he tried to hit that dude in the head.
Not any more than anybody else does.
But can you give him the benefit? But if you're a ref, can the ref give him the benefit of the doubt?
Honestly, I don't know, man. I don't know.
You're talking about a guy that laid out, that gave a concussion to a tight end that was 30 yards away from a play. Yeah, totally. Just earholed him out of nowhere for no fucking reason.
Yeah, that's the big one they're talking about.
In the Philly game?
But that's not what he did in this game.
No, this last game.
No, but your body of work.
But why? Because I don't think it should be that way at all. I don't think your body of work should matter.
But that's how the world works.
But at some point you decide, like, okay, I'm gonna follow the rules, and he's following the rules and he's trying. And then you go, oh, he's a criminal because of his body of work. He hit a guy. He was aiming at his chest, and the guy came down and he hit him in the head. And people are like, well, he had time because the ball went off his hands. It's the playoffs. Your job is to make sure that man. What does your coach tell you since you're 10 years old? Separate the man from the ball. Mm. Hit his ass. Make sure he does not catch that ball. Even it went off his hands. Okay, but I'm running still. I'm making positive he doesn't catch a tip. There's no miracle. Lord doesn't come down and hand him the ball somehow. I'm going to hit him and make him go to the ground. Whoops, I hit him in the head. I didn't mean to do it. I get it. Guys, you look back and you go, is he a dirty player? I don't know, man. Is Darren Woodson the dirtiest player ever? People kept... I don't know. Darren Woodson.
Dick Buckets.
It wasn't Darren Woodson. I don't know why I said Darren Woodson. I don't know why I said that. It's not who I'm talking about.
Was it Darrell or Daryl?
I'm blanking because the Crown Royal is a positive influence.
It's hidden.
So
we got about 15 minutes.
The Patriots safety.
What are we betting here?
I need his name. I need his name before Rodney Harrison. Sorry.
Oh, the kid.
Is Rodney Harrison the dirtiest player ever? I don't know. Maybe. But he was out there trying to do his job. Yeah. He's a defensive guy. He's out there hitting guys. He's trying to get in their head. That's his job. That's what he's supposed to do. That's what Perfect is supposed to do. He's supposed to hit a guy and make him not want to reach out and catch another pass. And I hate that people want to act like football's not that anymore.
Another point is, did you think that the refs just lost control of that game from the jump?
Yes. So you don't get to come in at the end of the game and get all serious.
They weren't given control to begin with because at the end of the day we have a double standard because football is a physical, deadly game, and then on one hand we want to say, okay,
it's an emotional game.
It's safety. We want to make sure it's okay for kids to play.
Don't call it a deadly game.
No one's died. I'm not saying it's like 20s boxing.
People died.
But not like 20s boxing. Okay, like there's still precautions in place. There's especially nowadays.
They're trying to make sure people die.
So what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, it's a violent game.
It is a violent game.
You have to be in the right mindset, in the right physical condition, or else you're gonna get hurt. Yep. And that's at any level.
Hit or be hit.
That's any level. Even if you're Pop Warner, if you don't want to fucking hit, you're going to get hit. Someone's gonna hurt you.
You know what?
So it's always at the end of the day, it's your fault. Unless you're like mentally disabled and you don't know what the fucking game is going to do to you. But everybody who plays at this level does. You know what's going to happen to you. You've played through fucking Div 1 college at least, or like Div 2 and got drafted. These guys know what it's like to get hit for real.
But how many years have we seen the same...
It's money.
No, what I'm saying, but like how many years have you seen the Cincinnati Bengals just be their own worst enemy? And at what point...
They have.
What point do you
But is it Marvin Lewis? Or is it the players on that team? I watched a guy coach his team into a win.
Yeah, I know.
And his running back fumbled on an 8-yard gain. He can't hold the ball for him.
Oh, I get that.
Minnesota again?
Being a coach, you should be able to feel for this guy. He did everything he could to put his team in position to win a football game.
I definitely feel for the guy.
And the team are a bunch of guys that make mistakes like that.
But do I think it's time for Marvin Lewis to maybe get a change of scenery?
Move on, be a coach somewhere else. But I don't think he should be... I don't think he should be looked down upon.
I don't think people should
be like he's not a good coach.
Dude, I text you after that game ends, and my first comment was that I really felt for Marvin Lewis because I felt like his team cost him a chance to bring that city their first playoff win in 20 years. Right. And I think for Marvin Lewis's sake, it might be time for him to find a change.
Yeah.
And maybe it is ownership, maybe it's the GM, but whatever it is that the product that they put on that field cannot get out of their own way year in and year out. They cost themselves.
Fact. Dan, Sunnyvale, trailer park. Where are we going? What do we got? We got limited time.
We need to decide
next week
what we are betting on these games.
We have to bet on this.
We only have about 13 minutes left. So what are we
next
gonna bet?
week, the loser. By the way, so we're going on all the games. We picked them all. Whoever gets the best. Okay.
Win-loss, and we'll go tiebreaker based on the over
on
under
the spread.
I'll try to
On
figure out an
spreads, yeah.
algorithm.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
If there's not a clear winner after win-loss,
We'll
then
be
we'll
able to
spread.
figure something
complicated
out.
math equations, you'll just
Win-loss will bear us out. If not, then
we'll be fine.
I feel like win-loss will have us tied, and then we'll have to go to the spread.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. But either way, so the loser of the bet.
Everybody has a different bet, by the way.
Has to.
We have more to lose different ways. If I tell you to shave your head, it's 5 minutes. If you tell me to shave my head, I'm giving fucking locks for love.
Yeah, but you'll be able to go through the airport. Finally.
Yeah, every time I say bomb, they won't just fucking stop the plane.
Yes, they will. So, well, I mean, does anybody have anything here? What do we appear?
Well, I threw my hair out. That's not really that crazy because it's just hair.
Yeah, no, because if me and Snake have to shave our heads, it's something.
It's nothing. I'm saying so it's individual for every one of us.
So if Dan loses, well, you're gonna have two losers.
I'll have to quit jacking off and being
No,
fat.
it's going to be the lowest on the totem pole.
Yeah, whoever's the
We'll
bottom.
figure that out by
There's
point.
two winners.
We have enough.
Only one
We,
loser.
we
Well,
differ enough in
So
points.
the bottom, but see, Dan doesn't have any allegiances strong enough. I was gonna say the
maybe wear a
ultimate
jersey or
loser, has to
something?
wear or drape themselves in schools paraphernalia they don't want to wear.
If you go pro teams, then I could do something. But
Yeah, but I'm
for
not,
you guys, I've
none of us own anything that's good. You're not.
Yeah,
none of us
we all
own
root for the
anything. You're
same
going to wear.
pro
You wear this SC blanket.
I could wear that, but I don't know.
Speaking of which, that SC blanket fell down. We need to put that back up.
Well, it's fitting because Troy is falling.
You know, it's not that funny. It's amateur hour.
You know,
And
this
Don
blanket's-
Rickles has told you to go home.
This blanket is good for dog fucking.
That's just not true.
You can fuck on that,
That's-
Roscoe.
That's not.
Go get that big ass Scylla.
That's not okay.
Fuck her
That's
on
your
that.
sister.
What we're saying.
You bite your tongue. That's your sister.
That's not cool.
Well, this definitely fell below even our standards.
All right,
Yeah,
so
this is a bad show.
So here's the thing. So
We were.
you gotta pick something. The other people have to pick one.
Well,
you're
we
gonna give
can't
I
us.
think
sit
we're
on
gonna
here
have to
for
wait till
15
next week
minutes.
because we don't.
We got 10.
I don't know what we're gonna do.
You're gonna no. Why is that?
And
Why
if
is
we-
that not a
does
good
anybody have-
cliffhanger?
does
Tune in
anybody have
next week
anything-
and you're gonna see.
Find
it.
out. We're gonna
Do
lose.
either you guys and all your fancy notes have anything other than the Seahawks and the Panthers?
Yeah, but we covered all the other NFL news. We
No,
covered.
I
the
mean
new
other
hire.
than any other things than NFL news. Have we touched on anything?
There's not. We talked about
Adam
the.
Gase is going to the fucking Dolphins, and Tom
High
Collins.
school
fired.
wrestling's getting big time. Find yourself at the Tacoma. I'm pointing at the computer instead of the camera. Find yourself at the Tacoma Dome. Go to the state wrestling championships. It's quality entertainment. If you
We
don't
might be
understand
there.
the sport, let's go.
If we
let's
can,
go
we'll
to
do
Butt
it.
State from State.
But state.
Butt State.
If we have
High school wrestling
Let's do it.
championships coming to you big time. Guys getting whooped. Let me tell you about my boy Leroy.
guys getting whooped.
My boy Leroy, I can't tell you what school he's going to, but it's what would be defined as an inner city school. And my boy Leroy is 23.
What color is the
and
singlet?
It's red, and my boy Leroy is 23-3 right now. He's doing big things. He's whooping butts. He's going to the KR tournament this weekend, and if he wins this, it's going to kind of tell us probably where he's going to finish in the Dome. Best wrestling you can see in the state of Washington. Don't miss it. Don't miss the Seahawks. I
Point
keep
this
pointing
way,
at
you
the computer.
fucking Mongoloid.
Hey, listen. Jacking off makes you fat. I'm out.
God damn it! This was a bad. It was a shitty show.
You say so, but I think it was great.
Well, I thought, yeah. I don't know. We didn't.
You want to lead us through one more toast before we get out of here? Outro. He comes back with a chip in his mouth.
Well, look. Either way, next week we're gonna have a lot to talk
Do the
about.
other
We're
one.
gonna be
When the
talking
glass
about
is full.
an NFC Championship game. And we're gonna be talking about packing up your lockers till next
We're
season.
going to be talking about T-Bird hockey, if that's the case.
Let's be talking about T-Bird talking.
Tacoma Rainiers baseball.
No,
I'm excited to talk about T-Bird
I'm
talking.
actually more excited about Tacoma Rainiers baseball than I am about Mariners baseball because I like minor league sports.
Well, then they win games more.
I'm just excited about the T-Birds. I really don't care about Tacoma Rainiers baseball.
I don't know what happened. I
You
don't know what
want to do
happened
the
to that
song?
lid.
You want to do the song?
I don't know if we're ready for the song.
I think you're ready for the song, always.
Full,
Drink up, this may be the last time we see this cup. If God wanted us sober, he'd knock the glass over so wide it's full. We drink up. Oh, that's a bunch of dirty mix right there.
All right, that's Butt State, episode 4. We're out of here. We'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Thanks for wasting your time.